And we're live.
Okay.
Oh, it's so warm. But it's not quite warm enough.
The stuffs have controllers aboard.
Okay, then play with controller. I guess.
That's... yeah. Hopefully it detected it. Otherwise I'll just play normal.
It's easier to use the controller if you want to not have your arm up on the table the whole time.
That's true.
Hmm.
It's gonna give people a chance to join.
Yeah.
Okay. The music's still there.
Yeah, it's really warm, but I think if we turn the aircon on...
We'll turn it on and off, I guess. Fuck!
Yeah, that's what I mean. It
so
doesn't
funny.
fit.
Yeah. That's a shame, because it's a really funny drawing.
It's a really good drawing.
Yeah.
Guess you'll have to be in the Discord to see it. We are the only people streaming this game. Fucking wild. I guess nobody's heard of this game.
Well, I mean, probably not a game people keep playing. It's a game you play and then you stop playing it when you're done.
Sleepy Bat's here.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Have you played this game, Sleepy Bat? Oh, I forgot to add the tag reading out loud. I can do that from there. Reading out loud. Because there's a lot of text in this game, so we're gonna have to read all of it. Okay. I think we may be able to finish this game in 2 streams, depending on how long it takes us to read the text.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Yeah. Well, I think we should just get started because it might take a long time.
Let's... Alright. So I just checked the Steam page.
Trans Artists of the Day.
Oh! MVP in chat.
I'm gonna try something. Might want to mute notifications.
Oh,
no.
Is
this another very thoughtful prank?
Oh, classic.
I think I like the notifications. It's funny.
It's funny. I just checked the Steam page for this.
Holy fucking shit.
Wait.
This is... Okay, so this is going to take...
Oh my god, wait, what? How many?
100 community subs. 100 community subs from Trans Artists of the Day. That is going
so
to
many.
take... This is going to take 15 minutes for these animations to play out. Congrats, everybody, on your new emotes.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank you so much. You are always coming in with the gift subs.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Trans
much.
Artists of the Day.
And, oh my god.
It worked. I kind of wonder why, like, what part of this you would think wouldn't work. Is there a limit on gift subs?
100 is a lot, ain't it? have you just outdone your previous high score?
The last one she did was like 50, but that was a couple of times.
Oh my god.
You are amazing.
Oh, absolutely. The biggest sponsor of this stream.
Yeah, you are the primary sponsor of this stream.
Oh my god.
That is so cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my god. You don't have to, right? I love how it's like, first message, I'm just gonna try something. You know it's fun. Well, congratulations to everyone. Yeah,
you are the lucky winner. I think there is about a 1 in 7 chance you have a sub now. Thank you for the follow, Comedy is Cool Television. Your notification is not gonna come on stream for another like 10 minutes. We're just waiting out the gift sub train.
But man, you're right. Comedy is cool, isn't it?
Comedy is very cool. Thank you for the follow.
So,
it's gonna happen eventually, yeah. And then we know that the notifications are over.
That's how we know. Well, so today we're playing Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah.
Or, as you might see it, Citizen Slooper. And,
you might not be able to read the title of the game right now, but we are playing Citizen Sleeper.
Well, we're actually not playing it right now.
Not right now.
We were about to.
But that's fine. This is a very generous donation. I can't thank you enough.
And a really good beat.
I didn't think you could sub before following. I think all of the people that are that have been given subscriptions are followers.
Oh, it's so many. I thought, wouldn't it be funny to start reading them out? No, there's too many.
Well, there's only one person to thank, really.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Trans Artists of the Day. Congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations to the 100 lucky winners.
How's it picked? Is it just like
It's random.
random of viewers who, because obviously it's the viewers who are there?
It's usually the viewers that are there, but I'm not too sure, because I think if you gift one community sub, or like a small amount, I think you can choose who you gift it to. Because you can send it as a gift to someone.
Yeah.
Wanted to give people more time to join the stream. Thank you.
Good call, good call. We're about to start the game with only one person in chat. Can you imagine? This is a good way to stall.
Honestly, like, between this and the last stream, I was thinking about implementing some viewer chat, like, avatars, but I couldn't figure out how to do all the pixel art yet. But basically, I bought a like a third-party program that makes it so that that I can make viewers in the chat, like people in the chat, appear as Moes on the screen, on our stream. But I haven't made all the Moes yet, so I wanna do that.
That's too fun.
Because I think that would be really fun. I bet you're getting really tired of this synth riff.
Well, this seemed like a great way to summon people, because suddenly there were so many people in the chat. But yeah, hi Jackie, I didn't know if you were here. Instos. I'm not saying that right, am I? Yeah. But
Cheetos? Cheetos is here. Jackie is here.
Jackie with Funny Bird. Only 60 more riffs.
Only 60 more riffs to go.
Alright, we're getting there. We're making progress.
Tree is here. I'm late because I got signed out. But look, you got a sub now. You got funny emotes.
Oh no. Well, welcome and yeah, let's allow that. Oh, Gunner's here.
Hey Gunner. Welcome.
Hey, yeah, they gave 100 100 subs, so
we're waiting this out.
we were literally about to click start game.
But that's fine. There's more people here now to enjoy this game with us.
Yeah.
So amazing.
For now we're just stalling a little bit for good reasons. Funny Bird.
Yeah. I love your
bird.
front-facing bird. Oh yeah.
So,
Enjoy your new emotes.
If you wanna find a good way to pass your time, you can join the Discord and look at the funny bird pictures that Jackie was posting there.
Oh yeah. If for some reason you're not already in the Discord, that's the link. And you can check out the funny cookie pics.
And more.
They're popping off.
So for those who don't know, Carsong 2 is based on which this is the beat of, by the way. Animation is available on the YouTube. It's a reference to Carsong Original 1, which was
is just a
Jesse,
real life incident more than a song.
It was Jesse and Alex, our friend, playing on what are those kind of keyboards called?
I think it's a Casio.
A Casio keyboard.
A little tiny Casio keyboard.
With the very loud
horn
sounds, while I was very busy with work. And the joke is, it's how they annoy me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So this is like literally the annoying song.
Yeah.
So this is gonna keep playing out for about... I think it's been about 10 minutes. I like the animation loop so Lex just dances 100 times. Absolutely.
We're getting there. Almost done.
Are we?
Yes.
I don't... Is it in order of how the...
I'm assuming it's not in order.
It's not in order with how the chatbot says it.
It's not always in order.
It is prophesied that one day the horns will end, but the original year was lost to time. Yeah. Yeah, the animation also loops perfectly, so Lex is just kind of dancing. Oh, there we go!
There you go.
That was the indication. Thank you for the follow, comedy. Alright.
Oh.
Let's let
Thank you.
Thank you
Jesus.
so much, Trans Artist of the Day.
Man.
I think it's time to play the video game.
Okay. Citizen
Yay.
Sleeper.
Citizen Sleeper.
Citizen Sleeper. I was saying,
Yeah.
I just checked on the Steam store page. It sounds like they made an update. They added an episode 2, so that's probably what that thing on the right is.
Okay.
To.
Well, let's play this
Story
game
that
first.
started in...
And maybe
Okay.
they have like an additional like level or something.
Yes. Okay.
So a lot of people have compared this game to Disco Elysium,
I like that.
which I like very much. The idea of. So, from our limited knowledge, because we're basically going in blind, you are
I'm Citizen
robot.
Sleepy.
You're Citizen Sleepy. You are a robot refugee, I think, from some shitty place that is now trying to assimilate into a world where you'll have to work to live, because otherwise you won't be able to pay for your medicines. So I think that's the game.
We will probably find out just by playing it as well. It will become very clear to us. So, I'm seeing classes.
Yeah.
How many? 3. Very Disco Elysium.
Very-
So, okay,
yeah.
Operator.
So has anyone played this game in chat? Because I'm just keen on knowing who might have info. Alright, so the first one we got is Operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to Operator are usually cerebral and precise people. Perk, Transfer Intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. So your skills: Engineer 0, work with machines and physical tools. Interface +1, work with digital interfaces. Endure, use strength, it's -1, use strength or strength of will. Intuit 0, approach problems with awareness. Engage, approach problems head on.
Okay, so you're better at interface.
Machinist, or machinist, I guess.
Yeah.
Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. Perk, Efficient Extractor. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. +1 to engineer. Work with machines and physical tools. 0 on interface, 0 on endure, 0 on intuit, -1 on engage.
And
Extractor. Extractors work on a resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and a high level of endurance. So, thank you for following, Damon Delahan. So, Engineer 0, Interface 0, Endure +1, and Intuit -1.
I think I like the sounds of this guy or this guy. Vibe. And considering that in the Something Soup animation,
That
Skiff
part.
is repairing.
Yeah,
I'm
if
gonna
you're
go
if
with
you're playing the character, then sure.
Machinist.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like this character will be like good with machines and
Physical repair.
What does engage?
Endure? Oh, engage. Approach problems head on. I guess it's like, well, it would be fighting.
Okay.
If that is a thing.
I thought that's what endure would be.
Well, engaging into something. Maybe we're just like a more shy character.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. I see what you mean.
surely we can level up.
Okay. Sounds cool. We will pick
Let's
the
get started.
machinist. Don't forget to spend your comedy points now that you all have multipliers, most of you.
Yeah. I mean, that is if you like comedy.
If
which
you like
I know
comedy,
that at least
one
of you
person
do.
in chat definitely likes comedy.
I know one of you do, so...
The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling. Between wanting to act and acting. Minor.
Yeah.
True. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
50%.
Oh, phew.
Thinking and feeling. Between wanting to act and acting. Minor. Almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be a body that was indisputably yours. By the way, let us know if the volume of the game is too loud, because it's like a deep droning sound, so that can easily be too loud. I hate company. Hello, Willow. Ahoy. Welcome.
And you might ask yourself,
yes.
Oh yes, thank you.
Water?
I'll have a sip.
I'll have a sip.
Think of that body.
A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. Cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body. Given your current circumstance, the walls of the container feel immediately present. Cold hard at the back of your back and face, cramping your limbs. Resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, a retreat from your little central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you're used to no pain.
Sit up straight.
Oh.
Your posture is no
Alright.
better than a shrimp's.
Thanks, Jackie.
Oh, screaming.
Screaming. Can you let us know if the volume of the game is too loud?
yeah.
In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease. A reminder that harm is imminent. There's no inconsistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now there are thousands of them. Do not resist the desire to stretch.
Remember the others.
You remember there are 10 of you, 10 that can no longer stand in indentured work, the routines, the slow decay, and whose beliefs in their promised future were slowly dismantled day by day until they realized that they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter, and that would escape, or at least die trying. I'd say it's a bit loud compared to you guys, thanks.
Okay.
That's,
You just
no, in game.
I don't wanna... okay. Well, sometimes that...
Just do it.
Well, music level. That is
Yeah,
the loud part.
that is the only set volume.
What
There's
do you mean
no
now?
voice acting in this game. What was the other stuff?
Scroll speed.
I guess it doesn't
Screen
matter
delay.
because
I'm
we're
not
not
gonna touch that
scrolling.
yet.
Yeah. Some were let us know if this is better. Some were lost in the shafts. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if in the airless hold of the freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination.
Try to rest.
But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of the damage to your legs and your right arm. Better for sure. Sounds perfect. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still need to shut down many of the systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. Feel the weight of that impossibility begin and gather. It's time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves into your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Lori's story, yeah, it seems like I think it's an RPG, so it's like very, I mean, it is only story, some would argue. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its senses. Then light. Light as the cold. softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Okay, so I just want to say, I think it's really cool that so many games have clearly taken inspiration from Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
I love this new genre that's popping up. I mean, it's not completely a new genre because...
That was based on something else, yeah.
No, but like, I mean, like, it's not... Disco Elysium didn't, like, invent anything, but they've clearly set a standard for kind of text-based RPG type games to be more...
It's called C RPGs.
C...
Which is computer RPGs.
Okay.
Which is like, yeah, that's every RPG at this point. But they have put it in a different direction with a lot of inspiration. And that's, they did obviously a really good job.
Remember Clan Man 2?
Yeah.
Clan Man 2 is like directly a Disco Elysium reference.
Absolutely.
And I love that. Okay, so this person is called Dragos, I think? Dragos?
Dragos.
Do you want to be some of the characters?
I'll be this one.
Yeah.
It has been a few hours since Dragos... Okay, this is actually...
This is the narrator,
Dragos pulled
right?
you... Yeah.
Okay. Since Dragos pulled you from the container, you sit huddled in a corner of the scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You're slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You're surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of shit, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with foggy eyes, you hear a voice.
Oh, sleeper. You all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have been better preserved in Sub-Zero back. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid old plates. I'd have lots of them. You weren't so lucky.
Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset, with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of the symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare.
Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. It didn't last long.
He struggled to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems to be lost in a memory for a moment, or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do.
What happened to them?
He ignores your question.
I won't ask what led you to do it. Sell yourself to a corporation. I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. You were just software. Rogue emulation. Illegally
Possessing?
Possessing.
Interesting. You're not alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells. The promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories, sorry. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You're no longer that person. You're an offshoot, a copy.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Robin.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. Did you get a sub?
Are you subbed?
Are you subbed? Also, 72% cursed.
Uh-oh. What you won't know is what's
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, you got a sub. I really need to update these sub icons.
Couscous funny.
Couscous is funny, but and he does have a leaf on his head.
Yeah.
76% cursed.
At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. The body of yours is falling apart. Same for any sleeper who makes it out. A sleep farm who wants to protect their property, but they can't keep all of it. Well, but no one can.
You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers.
And
Hold on.
obsolescence.
Oh, 5,000.
What?
I'm just looking at the cursor now. Yo,
It's getting there.
Close.
It's getting there. And obsolescence.
A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? Oh, that's interesting.
It wasn't his work.
What?
He did
Oh,
say
yeah.
this,
But that's interesting that the pills are planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
Because we're a robot.
Yeah.
And that's real.
Yeah. But for now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones.
Dragos glances up and away, towards the glossy dome of the yard.
The eye is the best place you could be in. Station. You'll see soon enough.
Dragos impatiently shifts his weight.
Look, I've got things I gotta be getting on with.
He trails off.
There's an old freight container I've been using storage out on the stands. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to.
Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get up on your feet.
Alright, you head up there. You look like you need some rest.
And with that, Dragos stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on our rusting hulk. Plasma flashes, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Tutorial. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. See locations with the D-pad and A. Empty container?
You see the ship. Oh, is it
It's
like
a long
Is
ship.
it a halo?
Maybe it's a halo, but maybe you can only reach so much of it.
Yeah. And cycle.
All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. I'll turn off the aircon now.
Yeah.
You wake curled up in the corner of your container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake up in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters?
Building a life.
Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here, on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, the canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder? I don't know what that is. You thumb the power stud on the stove, and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images of your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, a skeletal and ghostly, a web of threads pulling you at your skin, a constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's as long as you've finished drinking before you begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can. Oh! Hi, Isla. Welcome to the stream.
Isla.
You try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Oh, okay, so this game... Oh, it's going to tell us in the tutorial. So, condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar breaks empty, you will suffer a breakdown. You have to figure out how to recover your condition, and now you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that will keep you alive, now that you don't have access to corporate. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you will roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. Hi, I hope the stream's going well. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for coming. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must recover. Rest to recover, ending this current cycle. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss. And your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Okay, so...
We need food.
The other thing about this game that I have heard is that you get dice rolls at the start of the day, and
Yeah.
you choose where to put your dice into what task,
Yeah, we're about
and the
to be
dice
told.
determines how well you do in that task.
And we have 4 die, by the way.
We have 4 die.
We'll be told.
Dragos is stood at the corridors when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder. Cache of sensory eyes rapidly irising.
Oh, you feel okay?
Drone's chirp.
Good to hear. You notice that
You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches.
I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe.
He pauses.
So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Oh. Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of that container out of the goodness of my heart.
He looks away.
At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyard or the bright market, dealers, cryo. Occasionally we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in the scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you tell about. Chits? These.
He pulls out a handful of small metal bars.
Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use to trade out here.
He stuffs them back in a pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously.
Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. Sleepers, well,
He trails off.
for things being the way that they are for me at the yard,
He pauses.
I need the help. Happy to. Okay,
He pauses, thinking of something else to add.
look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do.
He nods distracted and turns and walks away. The drone hopping along ahead of him.
See you later.
He goes back. Looks like it's time to get to work.
This yard. That's all we have to do.
Is there anything else? Okay. Tutorial! Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, select it with the D-pad and A, then choose Action Dice to assign. Hull dissection. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Oh, that's same as Monster of the Week.
Yeah, this Monster of the Week.
Okay, action. Dice affect these outcomes as follows. So 6 is a 100% chance positive. 5 is a 50% chance positive, a 50% chance neutral. A 3 and a 4 is 25% chance positive, 50% chance neutral, 25% chance negative, and a 1 and 2 is a 50% chance negative or 50% chance neutral.
Yeah, so we have 2 very good die and 2 very bad.
Okay. I think the 2 actions are just examples of action, aren't they? The 2 things in the middle are just examples of
Yeah,
what we can put our
that's
dice in. So, 1 type. Either a critical or repeatable critical action can only be performed once. 2. Risk. Either safe, risky, or danger. Safe, no loss of condition, energy, or cryo. Risky, negative outcomes means cryo or energy loss. Negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Okay. Sleepy Bat loves Monster of the Week. Yeah, we used to play a lot of Monster of the Week. 3.
Okay.
Skill. This is the skill the action requires. Either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Modifier. Either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This is added to the action dice when slotted and improves the value. Some actions require a +1, 2. Those are our actual ones. So,
We got engineering already. It's risky, so that we don't want to hurt in. That's also what we're good at. If I put in a 5, we just get a
We just get a 6.
6, which is great. If I put in a 2, that gets upgraded
To a 3.
which
Was
could-
a medium one.
Yeah. But maybe I should just play this one safe.
It's going
so
to
we
take
get-
some time to sort your way and cut through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to combat. Step called in. Dracos is tied up into something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get nasty. Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky hole away from their next payday. I'm not sure what the bottom stuff means. So you
Yeah.
want to put in a high dice for engineer?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, good.
And I guess...
Start action?
Can I go into the other one?
I think you have to do one action at a time, right?
Yeah.
Press start action. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Clocks. Action often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the action and fill them. Oh, so that's the thing at the bottom. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Draco's death, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once in each cycle and can be complete without a player input. Any active clocks will be displayed in the icon for that location.
Okay.
Okay,
So, we have,
we can do it again. Oh, it's repeatable action.
I mean...
What
this
did
is
it give
we're
you?
good at.
I didn't get time to read what it got you.
Well, we can read it again.
Well,
Oh,
there should be a history.
5. Find a doctor.
You unlock drives as you discover more about yourself. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. Track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow mark. So it's like quests, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. You're now free to explore your own zone and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food and keep your energy up as a way to recover condition. Book clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home. Nice. Well,
Okay. So,
okay.
hey Dragos. Dragos pulled you out of the salvage
Salvage.
and set you up. Perhaps you can repay his kindness this time. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape attempt will come to an end.
Find a doctor.
So, yeah, I just left that section. So,
Do we need to do the other thing as well?
uh,
Wasn't that part of the job he gave us?
well, I think you could just keep doing these.
Okay. Can you go down? Like, what's that thing at the bottom?
No,
Items and
you need the
data.
X, yeah. Cryo.
Cryptocurrency. Stored in
Oh, sorry.
an airworld sticks of memory known as chits.
We got some chits for what we did.
Okay.
Wet dock. I'm just trying to read. Dock C4.
Rotunda.
Rotunda wet dock. Oh, okay.
Shipyard. Avalanche construction yards.
Yeah. Thing there. Symbol.
Rotunda.
Old dock terminal.
So those are just the name of Right
What?
Market.
Oh, good.
We need to find a doctor, so maybe there would be one in the busy area.
I can't go up to the top part.
Oh,
I wonder what all this stuff
are you
is.
sure?
Yeah, like look.
Oh, you have a character viewer thing as well on the right.
Oh. RB.
That's us.
That's us.
0 upgrade points. Efficient distractor. Chance to get an random scrap item. Engineering. Did we get an item?
I don't know, because we didn't get a chance to read the thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why I meant, like, is there an inventory we can check? Items down the bottom?
I don't know how to click that.
Okay.
I think it's just this. How do I do
Up.
that? Yeah, there's nothing in it.
Okay.
It just would throw me out real quick.
Okay, I
We
guess.
have some money. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, let's look around. Let's just try the first one.
Alien crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the alien system are rare, but those that do always return eventually.
Nothing here.
Steal dock plans. Having security have their plans, stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know the space, and the most dangerous. We're bad at engage, so
Yeah.
I think that's pretty bad. Explore the Rotunda. Rotunda is an old dock filled with passageways and concourses leading to all kinds of docking bays.
Oh, watch. Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't just mean you get to visit. It means keeping your eyes on new arrivals too. Havenage watch list. Havenage run and around the Rotunda.
I think that's like the police.
Security watches. That's what we're trying to. Okay, so maybe not the best place to go yet.
Salvage sortie. It takes several cycles to reach the steward belt and return, loaded with scrap from old wrecks.
Okay, so this is probably where ships will dock.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
when they are here, we can go.
Ask for directions. Why wonder? Why wonder when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the bright market? All you need is courage to approach them.
It's risky.
The smell and sounds and buzzing activity of the bright market makes it a dizzying place to wander, and an enticing outfit.
Local knowledge. This is part of it. Man, I mean, we have one really good dive,
Yeah.
and exploring the market. Oh, now I can look at this. Passage to the lower.
Halo
Uh,
and Toll. Oh, so
We
that's
can't do that.
correct.
We don't
Yeah.
have enough money. We only have access to so much right now. So we can either do something that's very risky, something that's also quite risky, but we have one good die. We make the same argument here, really.
Yeah, it sucks though. Our engage is -1.
Yeah. And of course we can keep doing that, which we should probably do with our worst die. Maybe the
Why don't we use the good die first and see what happens?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Should we use a good die in the market?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. No. I don't want to do the dangerous one. Because we have a minus skill on it. That would be
Yeah.
good.
Positive.
Knowledge.
Local knowledge. Two pluses on local knowledge.
Okay. That just
Oh,
built up.
it progresses. The bottom is not so much a timer as it is progression.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's
So
all
maybe
that-
we
oh,
should be. Oh,
Hey, we got new things. Oh, hey,
Oh.
doctor. Okay, what
we
else?
found the doctor.
What else?
Well, we obviously progressed that area just now.
Yeah. Was there anything here?
Assist shipbuilder. Ooh, we have that. We have a +1 in that.
Yeah, it is risky.
You don't have connections, but you do have skill. You can get a shipbuilder to notice them.
Good.
Haul materials. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials when asking. Okay, so let's see what the doctor does, because that
Yeah.
was one of the.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got some knowledge. Doctor. Love the doctor.
Oh, do you want to be the character, or do you want me to be the character?
Let's see what they look like. Next comes Paul from
The door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. Keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that the doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hat block, they have all made a long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few. Without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body, will suppress a shiver and shuffle towards the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself.
Look inside.
You lean against the doorframe and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark and punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see an amber light flickering through the far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. A slap of an enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. Hi, Newt. Welcome to the
Go,
stream. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head, and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market's sealed roof, causing traffic above. For a moment, you are fixed by the motion. Come sit, calls a sharp voice. You see a silhouetted figure turn away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame with a simple folding bed. Make your way across the room. Ray the Gamer, welcome to the chat. Did you see my comment? The Talk Shandy new song? I did, yeah. I did. I think I responded to you. The figure turns and says that... The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth, as if to speak. They blink and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit, they gesture to the bed, and then turn to an open case of tools at the table. Sabine is their name. You sit. Sabine turns. A compact diagnostic scanner of some kind is in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness unmistakably etched across their face. Apologies for being late. School photos. Don't apologize for being late. This is just a video game stream.
This ain't a job.
This ain't your job. How?
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye.
A few cycles.
They nod. It's good that you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. It's also the one with the mugman staring at your profile picture? I think I noticed. I remember, your name, so I obviously... And I remember that last time you were on the stream, you talked about how you like Talk Shanty to me, so when I saw the new comment, I knew who it was. The body is dying, they said. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. Asanov doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They build it in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, on which Asanov remained the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar?
Yes.
Good, that might help. They swab to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. Feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says. And you are unsure if they mean the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the expression on your arm, and Asanov has no reason to release a stabilizer into the night. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is used to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. They stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. Sabine turns to face you. May be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. Saw Toshiro outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yataga. They are influential in the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Stewart Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. They can source the stabilizer. Maybe you have a better chance. Bean sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it.
Thank you.
Bean walks away from the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's see if this works first. I'll let you know if I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine's still staring out and moving. When you reach the lower end of the market, you look back up and see the panels of the roof. See if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. Duck your head and walk into the ground.
Okay.
That's a very nice person.
So basically, we just progressed.
Yeah, what happens
That's
when you...
I guess we just have to wait.
Sabine thinks that they can source some stabilizer through Yatai. But it's going to... yeah.
Okay. We still need food.
There's... oh!
Oh, street food vendor.
A wok! The image is like a wok.
Yeah.
Oh. That's cool art. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burners in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with fried salad and depositing it into plastic trays. A stack of shits rattles in his apron pocket as the customers file past the burner, handing over the payment.
Approach.
You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvages, backsuit unzipped and rolled down to expose the stained vest's grubby mold. A lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on the bright bucket dives, their words cut with heavy space slang. Eventually, it's your turn. Shuffle to the front. Memphis speaks in a deep, even tone, without even looking up.
First try is free.
The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy that the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire. Your skin hardens to its glare.
I know you sleepers.
Memphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear.
A hard life. A lot of stories.
He glances up from beneath the cap with piercing eyes.
I know. Tell him a story.
You begin to tell him your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. Tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility of its sudden arrival. Tell him the cold dark of the container, its endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, a dream that you once had again. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. Places a plastic tray of steamed fungus in your hand.
Next time, we can talk some more.
He smiles.
But next time, you pay.
That's nice. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and shuts it off. The roar of flame and its impressive heat fades.
Next time, then, sleeper.
He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn away in the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms. Oh yeah. Like he kind of has like circles on his arms.
Oh, you mean these? Oh, yeah.
They're scars, I guess.
Yeah.
Each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. The taste senses light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back.
Oh,
Right.
fuck yeah.
So there are different people in the chat now. Has anyone played this game before? Yes, I'm very keen to like know how many people have actually heard of or played this game. Because apparently, not very many people have.
Okay, his food costs 15. That's good. We can make
Fungus
that in one.
fan? Memphis
Fungus
doesn't
fan.
trust people easily, but he notices his regular customers. I'm not familiar. Yeah,
It's
I'm
cool.
surprised because like this sounds like the exact same kind of like story that would interest Disco Elysium fans,
Oh,
as I've been told. A super anti-capitalist story
Yeah. I'm
with
thinking.
RPG elements.
Do you remember what the God, I want to read what the negative effects were again for Risky.
Maybe there's like a thing in the menu or something where you can find the.
That's what I'm looking for, but no.
I will say, thus far, I want to play it. Never heard of this game. It looks very Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It
heard
really
really
feels
good
like-
things from the kind of people who like the kind of games we like.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean, I feel like right now we have a good reason to just keep working
Yeah.
here.
Why don't you just try? Wait, there was another engineer one.
Yeah, but we wanna have repaid breakables.
Okay, I see.
Right? Yeah, sure. Like there is something down here. Oh, there is something here, but the engineering one is risky,
Yeah, so is the other one.
and the other one is indoor. But
This one's risky as well.
manual labor is safe. So I'm thinking, if our shit die, let's just do some manual labor.
Okay, with the 1, but then with the 2 we can do the engineer.
Comes a 3.
Yeah,
It could be good.
3 is like...
3 was
3
good.
was like,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
there's like 25% chance perfect. And then like...
Yes.
Yeah, we did positive. Yeah, plus 50 back in business. Whatever
This
that
one
means.
I'll just put here.
Yeah. So you want to... Yeah, at least it's safe. So you still got $5 out of it.
Yeah.
You
Negative
ache
outcome.
from hammering away at the scrap, and almost all of it crumbles into worthless rust. Call it a day early before you injure yourself.
Oh, I didn't even see that this description changed.
Yeah.
Did this one
Well,
change
this one
as well?
didn't, because you've done it perfectly,
Okay.
I think. Can we
Cool.
see our character again?
I mean, what's this?
I'm just trying to understand this, because it looks like it's like a skill progression?
Yeah.
Like on the right one is better than the left one.
Yeah. I think we can probably only upgrade each skill twice. So that's what I'm reading this as. And right now we have engineer upgraded once.
Yeah.
Which gives us 1 plus die. If we upgrade once more, we get 2 plus die, but then that's it. Oh, actually, 1 upgrade for this.
That's what I mean, yeah.
2 upgrade for that.
That's what
on
I
the
mean.
right.
It looks
And-
like a...
Oh, actually,
Yeah. You
Okay,
get a
so-
skill. You get a bonus or whatever. You don't actually get a
Yeah.
+1 for doing another upgrade on engineer.
because it seems like the +2 is a whole different thing. on
Yes,
itself.
that's what I mean,
So
like-
that's a... Okay. Well, let's go to bed.
I think it would be really good to upgrade Endure.
Yes.
Because
seems,
I didn't realize, but it sounds like Endure. Is it Endure? Bottom one? Like the very bottom skill?
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize that meant interacting with people. Because that seems very important in this game, to be able to be social. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal rig, surrounds you. For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping way down, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes as they connect to you. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Engage, yes, engage sounds really important for this game, because apparently a lot of it's social.
Yeah. So it is.
Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you see and feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It's a grouped cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into space, like an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It's a system, a map, a territory, all at once. You notice tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow, it is pulling in 2 directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling to this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. Close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connected nodes waiting to be explored. Then it's gone. Ooh!
Oh, we
Pretty
only
good
get
dice.
3 die now?
Because I think our condition went down.
Yeah, I mean, we're better on food, but I guess the fading section is pretty bad, huh? Okay, so now we know how important the medicine really is.
Let's check up on that.
Like, I think
Oh,
we
it's
just
only
have...
a third of the way there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
it'll take time.
What's the top
well-
one?
Well, that's the food. We don't need that yet,
No,
because
we
we
don't.
can
What's the
afford
top
a whole
one?
day. That's going to the
it's
next
just-
section,
yeah.
which costs money.
Yeah.
We can...
I don't know if we do the engagement.
actions. It's more than one critical action.
I mean, we could use the 6. We have 2 6s.
We have. Oh yeah, they are 6s.
There was also another risky one.
Yeah. What's great about 6s are so good. I mean, we should definitely put a 4 in here, just because. And all.
Yeah. Okay.
But the 6s. Let's think about.
Yeah, chuck it in the Rotunda one.
Oh shit.
Because then we can get a map of the whole thing. Like
Maybe
the
this
engage
one.
one.
No, because if I put a 6 in there, it'll become a thumb.
Yeah. Which is no chance to fail.
It's a 50 for a good one and a 50 for a
Neutral,
whatever.
which is still a pass.
Yes.
So you still get.
But if I put it in here, we just get full.
Yeah, but that is not as good as stealing the dock planes, right?
Those.
We have no chance to fail stealing the dock planes if we put a 5 in.
From memory, no, actually, a neutral on a danger is still bad. That's what we were told. There was some negative impacts.
I thought it was just if you fail the risk.
No, then it is very bad. If you fail the risk,
Where did it say that?
It said so on the page.
It was just how dangerous it was, wasn't it?
Yes, but it said on a neutral something bad happened, and on a negative your condition gets worse.
Yeah.
So that means you take damage, you lose and die. So I don't want to do it because there is a 50-50 chance it'll go really bad. What we have here, this is a dangerous one. We could put a 6 in here and get it perfect. As a newcomer, you can only gain favors by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest yard and where to take them.
Can you go back to the other options first? I want to see.
What are the options?
Just like all the other stuff.
Got this, of course.
Yeah, which I already know.
I think hauling some more would be good and get back in business done. Nothing here.
Yeah, those are weights.
These, I don't like them. Not with all skills.
What I like about... Clearly this is one of those, like... It's a critical action, so you can only do it once. So it sounds like if you do it, something really good will happen.
Yeah.
I think that's what it means.
But because it is a minus...
What's the other one, though? Like, for the food part of the map. That one.
Nothing here.
No,
oh, hey,
that one.
Fried market.
Ask for directions.
Also engaging.
I know,
So-
but it's a critical... It feels like it's gonna be really good if you do it
I
good.
agree, but the thing is, we only have 3 die right now, and
Yeah.
we're not going to get a bad. We're
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
get
what
a
I
negative,
mean.
That's good, but I can't remember what the negative effects of the neutral on a danger was.
There must be a guide somewhere in this game. Like, there must be.
This is all I have. Everything you've seen me do is
Yeah.
everything I can do.
Yeah.
I have no other buttons. I have this. I have this. I have this again, and I still have this, and then I can click things. That's all I can do.
Okay, so go back to the LB. Survive. Get to know Emphas.
Yeah. Repay Dragos. Don't die.
Okay, this is where the tutorial popped up before, so I thought it might be in here.
The tutorial was just like a one-off message. So
Okay.
no,
What does
it's
X
not.
do?
X. It shows me my items, which is we have some Chiron.
Where does it say how much money you have?
That's the Chiron. It says 3,500. You see?
Okay, yeah, but I don't understand why it doesn't let you toggle into items or data.
Because there's nothing in it. Because it's empty. It
Oh.
just throws me out as soon as I click down.
Okay.
It's a very simple game.
I think you should do the risky one.
Yeah.
Google
so-
says neutral is still a success. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but on a danger.
On a danger,
On
Johnny
a
is saying that
danger, there
if
was-
a neutral will still make one of your stats go
Yeah.
down, which I don't think.
So there's safe, there's risky, and there's danger. And on danger, there was even a negative impact to.
I think you should do it. I think you should steal the map.
Okay. Well,
You have
let's do
2
it.
6s. When else are you going to ever engage with a danger?
When we have a 6 and we have upgraded our engage to not be -1.
Yeah, but by that time, we might not need to steal the dock plans. Positive outcome.
Yes.
Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't mean just knowing new places to visit. It means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. You walk into the security office on a shift change and walk right back out with the plans moments later. Simple. Perfect.
So what did that give us? Ooh,
There's like a there's like a
looking.
cocktail.
Yeah, it's a
There's a
cock.
cocktail.
There's a cock
Oh, there's a
in
bar.
space.
Get a drink. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink fermented along with the green. They like fungus up here.
Okay, overlook regular. Okay, so by just being here, we just get that. The overlook isn't exactly a restaurant, meaning the only way you gain trust around here. For stiff drink. Buy rations. I'll keep some expired saline rations behind the bar for those blurry spaces who ask why the overlook doesn't see food.
I think we should buy food from the fungus guy, because then we can be friends with the fungus guy.
But should we wait a day before we buy food?
Yeah.
Because then we can.
Yeah,
maybe-
I'm just saying. I would rather buy food. Unlock maglock. These old maglocks look like they each need an encrypted key to open them. Buy a heavy security for a decaying dock. Oh, so you need a key for this one.
Sealing the dock. 2 maglock seals the entryway to the dock. It doesn't look like anyone has been alive for years. Oh, so I guess we can't actually enter the dock, see, unless we open one.
Cool, perfect. What's the
hey,
thing
there's
on the
one more
left?
thing.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
what does it say? Antica?
Standard measures.
Oh, it's a person. Hey, you. Want to earn a chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together whole plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit.
Sure.
Hey JD, welcome to the stream.
No.
Hi. You cross the dock and concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is with this place? She asks as she lashes the mass of plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height. Her armor plates creaking. And looks you up and down. Don't try anything, alright? She taps the butt of her sidearm. I don't want to have to put anyone else down today. She killed somebody today!
Didn't think of it.
Good. She pauses. Look, I'm not usually... Let's just say my temper's been a little short lately. Ankita hoists one bundle onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. Got to earn that chit. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Chip's this way. She sets off down a gantry at an impressive speed. As you catch up, he turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. Stevedores? I don't know what that means.
What's all this for?
This art is great. It is
Yeah.
great. It looks really nice. Oh, this? She looks at the plates on her back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another one of her tools. It's for the amateurs. The cutter you might have seen sitting silent out here. She rapidly turns another corner, and you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on our last job, and I had to moor her up here for a spell. And since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone's gone in and cut the core right from our ship line, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulders. The upshot is that I'm short one ship mind, with a ton of repairs to do. The rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time.
Anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Got a ship line tucked away on that frame of yours. For a moment, you're unsure if she's serious. Peter swings the plate from the back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She holds the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who actually might be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together. You don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. He passes the bundles of plates through the Amber's outer log and turns back. Just don't go spreading this around. Peter throws you a couple of chits. Consider it a bonus. For not trying to grift me. He gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright, get out of here. She goes back and slams the lock shut. Cool! Free money!
drive.
Oh, we can fix the ambergris.
Peter's cutter is out of mission. How to get it running? Drive.
Let's see. 81% of the wizard's curse. Oh no! I'm probably gonna sneak off because A, it's 5 AM and I should sleep. B, I think I want to play this game, so I'm gonna avoid being spoiled. Fair enough.
Yes.
Have a good sleep. It looks like a pretty cool game so far, so I hope you enjoy it as well. I think it's one of those games that has a lot of different endings. Like, I heard this game has a lot of different directions because you have different builds for one, so you engage with the game differently. And the other thing is that you can kind of make friends with different people, but you can't make friends with everyone. So I think that every playthrough will have a different kind of alliance with different people.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see where that goes in this game, and I hope you have a good time with it.
Yeah, for sure. And catch you later.
Catch you later. Catch the VODs once I play. Nice.
We still have a 6. I kind of want to use it on this danger because it's then we
might make
we'll
friends
get more
with the
information.
shipmans.
I'm sure because it implies that you just take something and bring it somewhere, and you might find out where to go. So
did you
but
see
also,
any new stuff that was unlocked from?
So
was it just this?
There's things to do here.
Oh,
as well. We can't do the thing on the left
until we get a +1 interface. Yeah.
Which is fine because it's also danger. There's a risky thing here, and it's engineers. That's great.
Yeah.
But and yeah, sure, we can put our forward here, but maybe we should do some of the Drago's missions as well. But I want to do this just so we can progress this thing.
Did anything unlock above all of that from us filling them out? Okay, so it was just for that area.
It was just for this area, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It said +1 drive, and I have no idea what that means.
That means you got a new mission.
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
The other option is to use your 6, which you might not get in the future, on the other danger in the main city.
We may as well use it on one of the critical dangers that already will remain a 6, rather than one that could become a 5. Because what was it?
It was the equivalent for this one, where you will learn about this area.
Which is a minus. So let's just avoid the minus and take the 0 for now, because there's no reason to add more risk to something that probably give equally good.
My logic is that this will not give an equally. My logic is this does not give an equally good thing because it's a repeatable action, which automatically makes it a less valuable move than doing a critical action.
Was it a good?
Yes. That's why I said you should do the other one with the 6, even though it's like a 50% chance of it not going perfectly.
That is a good point.
Clearly, the critical actions are the more important. The things that have a bigger.
Okay, let's do it.
effect.
Let's do it.
Wait. Neutral. You
We
got.
lost
Oh,
one.
we sold $6. That's not bad. $6 is fine. A man corners you with endless stories about the island. He asks you for a donation, and desperate to escape, you hand him some cryo. We lost some of our Dogecoin. We've got a new drive.
It's something new.
Play the exchange. The flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some trades may net you a good margin. Okay.
Trust
so that's
the trader. We can become,
Yeah. Low components. The old exchange is hungry for the new hardware to buy up. Leave down and sell off, and you're happy to supply it. Oh, okay. So we don't have any scrap, but if we do...
But when we do...
Can you check the drives? Build a
Good chat about a fabricator owned by the old exchange, which, with that and a few new fragments, you could build a ship. Gain access to the old fabricator. So that would probably be what that. What this like.
Yeah, I think that's what the thing is.
Play the exchange, get to know them, kind of thing.
Cool.
For now, let's progress. This, because we have an engineering skill. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Neutral. Back in business.
And with that,
Time for sleep.
it's time to sleep.
I hope we don't lose many dice before we need medicine.
I'm afraid we're gonna miss a whole die per day. Okay.
Oh, okay, so it only goes down. Okay, that makes sense. Again, the skeletal rig at the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like the stars reflected in a winter day. It's clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but remaining close, flickering on the floor. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, flashes of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. Follow the path of thread across the ring. Through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information and communication. There are so many layers, so many loops. It seems almost impossible to pass. You begin to try.
Focus on the notes.
The nodes are glassy, bright, but in the flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here. You lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. Before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens. Oh, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. Threads and nodes, passages and puzzles and boxes. Passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the boxes. Look out across the ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. Then, that inconsistent tugging pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines of thread pulling in different directions as if they were tied to you.
First, second.
I know.
First.
First thread leads out, away from the station, into a inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They're in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle.
Second.
The second thread leads in, pulling deep in the station. Gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torchbeam. Testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Someone is out there tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long until they arrive. Uh-oh. Something has changed inside you. You can now access Data Cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use the dice and items to access systems and extract data. Be careful, these networks are old and strange. Press Y to toggle the view on. Huh. Oh, what does that mean?
Yeah.
They have the same code. Remember as bro. Allows you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the action. Oh, cool. Let's find one that has a 1, so we can get rid of our stupid dice.
If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice display. Okay.
So, yeah.
It opens up more options. For that.
I have a 1. I'm trying to get rid of the 1. Oh, that's good. But don't do it yet. Check the,
A lone connection feeds into this last little node. The last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles.
I'm going to go research demonology for a story. Enjoy the game.
Okay, have fun.
Have fun.
The data here is part of cache tucked away during the collapse. Who did this and for what purpose? There's something else. This is data. This gate keeps traffic out of the Haven shipyard's internal network. Rich cipher is brand new episode.
Other
data. This gate conceals networks in the systems which have been untouched since the collapse. This node is orbited by the remains of a corporate auto bishop. Havenge member is broadcasting on the open network. Speaking of open.
Interesting.
Note pulls faintly as it reminds Cairo at a glacial pace, abandoned by the hacker that. Huh.
Maybe that'll
That
give
just
us
sounds
money.
like we can get some.
Ooh, but this is the one the doctor needed.
Yeah, some gang enforcer implants are ciphering out bombs. It's time to see what they is working about.
That's the one the doctor
Yeah,
was
that
talking
might be.
about, though. So that might
That's
be.
a one.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be interesting. Maybe I'll just throw that in now, because we're not going to use the one on something risky.
Yeah. Access. You get to like choose.
I can only pick one of the bypasses. Back data. Neutral outcome. Got the data. Okay. Data extracted. So now in the data section, I have a thing there.
Oh, cool.
It is specifically that data.
Can you like interact with like
The
data?
data cache skimmed from. No, I can't. Maybe that's something we can give her.
Oh yeah.
Probably mission related.
I think we should go back to the real world and explore our options there as
Yeah,
well.
I just got a little bit.
It is very interesting. I'm interested in the town side of things.
We want to eat. Well,
Emphasis story. Fungus time!
yeah, we eat.
We are fungus fans in this world.
Oh, voice.
Oh, we did actually get a fungus fan! Yes. So if we eat there 4 times, we get the we get our stamp card, royalty card, stamped, and then we might get a free.
Yeah. We will get this soon. Might need money for it.
That's a data one.
Does this fit now, or would it be a different kind of data?
I think that's relevant to
Yeah.
somewhere near the doctor.
Seems too unique. So now, like, spending money doesn't cost time, obviously. So we can probably do a bit of this at some point.
Yeah.
But for now, let's. So with a 5, that's a repeatable action. Actually, let me think. There was something down here. What was it? Engineer, risky. Perfect. We put a
Okay.
5 in that.
Yeah, sure.
Needs all the help she can get with this damage the hole. Let's try it, see what we get from it. Chip shape.
Okay, so we got a bit of progress on that thing on the bottom.
Well, let's help. Oops. We need to get back into business.
Yeah.
This risky.
That's fine.
Alright.
All we do when we lose one of these is,
Negative outcome. We lost energy.
yeah. We just ate, so we're fine.
Yeah. Want to buy a drink?
Yeah, maybe that does something.
What was the thing in here? That's a die, actually. Get the drinks out.
$6 drink. Let's go. Funky drink. Oh, you got energy.
That
What if
gave
I look
1 energy.
Regular.
Oh,
Oh,
we just
their loyalty card is only 3 stamps.
don't know what that it does yet. Could be something good. Anyway,
Maybe we get a free drink.
that was the day.
Yeah. Maybe when you buy 5 coffees, you get 1 free coffee. Not bad. Pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
As he closes up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you.
Sleeper waiter.
Oh, Feng. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you. A wonky grin on his broad face.
Hey, glad I caught you. Good, are you?
He grins.
You do now.
He puts a hand on your arm.
I've seen you hanging around, just want to chat. You staying in this thing?
He nods back to the container, shaking his head.
Rough. It can be hard to get started on the eye.
He looks away down the passage.
What was it old Aaron said? The eye opens for all of us? Nice idea. But, well, not always very practical.
He glances back at you.
We do our best, but it ain't easy.
Pass together in the main hallway. In the main walkway.
No one has told you about Aaron? Aaron? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. How do you say it?
Havenage?
Havenage should organize some seminars. But not really my department though. I'm with systems.
You have so many new words to learn.
Systems. Everything the eye runs on.
He runs a hand along the passageway.
This place is a ruin, but but systems keep it spinning somehow. At least we try to.
He stops you in the quiet passage.
Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and well, I know a little about you, Stevens. I have a little proposition for you.
That's his round.
But this is not the place for it.
What if he has medicine?
I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two, or to prepare, and then when you are settled, stop by.
He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look.
Truth? I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done.
He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone.
Stay clean, sleeper.
He walks down the passage, raising a hand and farewell. What's that about?
Let's see.
The doctor must be done, right?
Doctor.
First thing you see in entering the glint of Tashira's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark, is the glint of Tashira's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. Heaven. Sabine stands in the with a case open in front of them. A set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again. It trailed off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea. It really is what it appears to be.
I'm the test case?
That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. Stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is of your biosynthetic component, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material, therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, this stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs, protein genes, which act as passcodes in your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, your brain from rejecting their organs.
Passcodes.
A very basic term, yes. They sigh. Look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. Begin readying the syringe. Start with a small dose. Risk.
Okay, let's do it.
Bing cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses the syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, watch it, as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, no response. The sensation begins to spread from the site fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. The vision goes white and then returns. Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into a darkness as you settle back into bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, rippling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of the slate. Awake?
Yes.
The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yato acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest when we were here, but you're going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room as they return to the glowing state. Looking around the room, it seems different somewhere. If they've moved or shifted. What how long you've been out?
See?
Nothing comes for sleep. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out the hallway. A few stretches down the flickering corridor. Shiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You roll your eyes and you stumble past, somehow, faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you.
Stable.
Oh, we're stable! We're gonna get so many dice next time.
That cost 100.
Oof, we need to make money.
Okay.
Maybe eat.
Maybe. You need eat.
Lots of energy. Okay, we're full up.
Small die.
We can try the shipyard. The engineer one, maybe.
Yeah. Have we done this?
We've never done any of this. $5? So little. Maybe you can also help Ankita and Drago. This one didn't give us any money though.
Yeah, it didn't.
That one does though, doesn't it?
What?
Oh wait, that's only if you
This
sell
is spending
something.
money.
Oh, if you... Wasn't there... Can you check your stats again? Wasn't there some chance of getting scrap? Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. So take
Yeah.
all the engineer actions.
Yeah, we just haven't had any.
Yeah.
I think let's just keep doing this.
I wonder what the
we can get
chances.
this done.
Yeah, do the hull section.
Go do this first.
Okay. Neutral. Still $15.
Alright, now the good one. Making business. I wonder what that says. Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their payday. Okay, well. Something good about to happen? Oh,
What's
that's
this?
new. Dragos.
You arrive at the buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across the vast dark shape suspended below the dock. They flicker across the scorched hull in plates of bent structures, rolling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge, and torn apart by some violent encounter.
She's a beaut, ain't she?
Rico stands to the side, focusing on a hulling ship as it lowers into the yard.
Listen,
Rico's lost.
that, my friend, is a A-grade scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up. Oh, look at this. Ship is... Oh, that's...
The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. Rubbish gathers the same enthusiasm. Dragos, for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what has become of its crew.
What happened? What do you mean?
Glances at you.
I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Now what happened to the ship? Not my concern.
He shrugs. The ship creaks like a gulping iceberg as it reaches the place of the yard. Rigus is visibly excited.
I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one.
The drones start crawling over the hull, their lights illuminating, flashing the dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside a container, wreck of the SNR freighter, loaded into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. There was a container delivered entering us on the map. Wound from your rebirth to a strange station? You shudder. Perhaps you could learn something about the ship. You might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Trigger squeezes your shoulder.
After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think?
See the fading name of the ship emblazoned on the side. Into light.
Let's do it.
Slaps you on the back.
Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty.
Draco repeats, perhaps just to himself. Take one last look at the shattered ship. The drones start cutting and slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty vessel. What's that?
Upgrade point.
Oh, we got paid off as an achievement. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point. Spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu on the right one. Yippee! New upgrade!
Oh wow. Getting the minus is one thing of its own.
Of course it is.
Chance to aim. So I remember
How many of the roles on which
this thing we can't even
interface?
engage with, and I wonder. It has to be +1 before we can even do this. Which I'm not even sure we can. Yeah, we have to do this before we can do that, so that's going to be a bit of a commitment.
What do you mean?
If we want to do that action, we have to both upgrade the passive and then the +1.
Where does
It's
it
not
say
the
that?
same thing. Because I'm only marking the passive. If I go down to engage, I can make the -1 a 0, but I cannot get the passive. That's two different things. So either chance to gain pyro on interface actions, a little bit whatever, but obviously we want the +1 eventually. Also synthetic skin, sunbathe, dice action allows energy recovery.
Oh, so it means that you don't need to buy food.
Yeah.
But you
We
spend a
don't need
dice.
that for now, but when we're out of money, that might be useful.
Isn't the interface one good anyway, though?
Everything is good.
No, because it gives you money.
Yeah, but we...
I wonder what the chance is. It doesn't
For
tell you
now,
what the chance
for
is.
now, we only have access to one interface action, and we can't even do it
That's
until
true.
we upgraded this twice. So this will not help us right now. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. That
That's
would just be
pretty nuts.
nice to know.
I think it's better just get
But-
the engage 0.
Yeah, I agree, because yes, this would mean we know what the risk is of a neutral and a negative,
Doesn't
but-
really matter. Yeah.
but this will avoid us, lower the chance of getting it. in the
Also,
first
we
place.
have engage actions.
Yeah. We sure do. It's quite a lot even. Okay, that was all our die? Guess so.
What's the, what are your drives right now?
Gain access to that thing, so we just gotta keep buying drinks.
So why is survive?
That's the main mission, I guess. You need to access the corporate funds. So what's this game? Buy the doctor, wait for us. Okay, buy. Oh, it's just an
Studying for
ongoing.
winter light?
Last ship came into the same yard as.
Investigate the wreckage. I guess that's what we just got.
So we got. This is for our big actions. Shipbreaking is tougher than slicing at risk. Raiders is happy to pay you this situation. It's a people action, but a risk dangerous one. History unknown. Ship is salvaged. Western breakers always says break it down. We will. Investigate the winter. Okay, so this is a thing of its own.
So this won't give you money, but
You won't
it's,
pay, but you may find answers.
it's one of your
So-
drives. I think you should sleep so that you can get dice and work on this.
Yeah.
We have started the Draco storyline officially. Why are you wiggling?
I got a bathroom.
You're
And the ship hole. Oh, that's that one.
moving around.
I just told you that. Oh, actually, it's something to do with these.
Oh. They just progress anyway, though, I guess.
I think. Yeah, but I wonder if it's like we have to be there at the time.
Okay.
Because I think this means a ship is coming. And why would a ship stay after it's there? So I think to get to this thing, we might have to do whatever this is. Maybe that's something else.
I don't know.
They're locks to something. Anyway,
Maybe it's too
I think
early to...
I think these locks we can get from these.
Yeah, I think that's right.
agents.
But I also think that maybe ships arrive in this game all the time in those docks, and this is a very early set of ships to expect to be able to get.
Also, we're hunted.
Yeah.
We probably have to do something to avoid whatever that does.
Well, we actually don't know what that is.
Yeah, but it's probably not a good thing.
Well, yeah. I
Usually
guess-
getting hunted is not a good thing.
Yeah, but that's a mental problem. Like, it's a... Your interpretation from your dreams is that you're being followed, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything yet.
Probably means something. It's new, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's...
He said to wait.
Oh yeah. Sleeper!
Fang catches your attention as you approach the Heavenage building, leaning against a bay door on the side of the entrance. You approach.
Easier to come in this way. Security, all that.
He gives you a look.
You know.
He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside.
Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work.
The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates. Things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a choice of hums that blend into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Fang leans towards the service stack and gestures around you.
You like it? What's all this?
Taps as a nearby server stack to leaps in response.
This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea. This sea of systems with all the art. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on.
He steps over to the tower and block, speckled with vents.
Some of these systems are from the original station, A1, the one Solheim built. We had to invent new components, repair things never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into the system. Oh, residents here look up at the eye and think they're seeing a constant, concrete reality. This place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations.
He walks between the hardware stacks and you follow.
We are keeping this place alive, but also making it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins.
He stops.
At least that's what I'm trying to do.
Turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you.
I know you can see this too, Steve. All these systems and the sections. You can't you?
It's the stuff that you're seeing.
I can see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there. Between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need.
Glance at the lights around you as they do seem to flicker. Realign to follow your gaze. Fang notices it too.
I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run. They're tracking me.
Pats you on the shoulder.
Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. subsystems. I can't see access protocols lost behind the cave. The secrets. Shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control.
He lowers his voice beneath the hum.
Even in the Havenage, it's an old grove. Those whose roots track back into those bad old days. It helped me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that track of yours.
He winks.
What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in.
Fang pulls off his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye.
You won't regret it, Sleeper.
Fang passes you a ragged look, looking metal tap.
A gift.
He smiles.
It's Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of this station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside.
Walks you back in front of the bay.
Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulate mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above
He nods to the ceiling.
have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it.
Slams the door button again.
Keep it quiet and keep it clean. I'll see you soon.
Step, blinking back into the passage. Flickering lights still in the back of your mind. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So we are... Oh, we gotta drive. Oh wait, no, that's just... Yeah. So again, we are being hunted. And he can save us from, getting hunted.
Okay,
I need to...
go to the
Pepsi.
bathroom. Alright, let's go to the theater.
Let's go to the theater.
Alright.
Hallway clear.
Huh? Jester?
Shh, we're gonna get you out of here.
All the alarms are going off, Kicks. What's going on?
Action now. Gonna need some backup.
Copy that. The bill. Take the shot. Okay, guys. Detonation in T-minus 30 seconds. Get out of there. No, wait. What are you doing? Leave that. We gotta get out of here.
I didn't mean to hurt it. Can we bring it back? Maybe we can fix it.
Bring it back. No time to argue. I'll grab it.
15 seconds. Huh, I didn't think that would work. Can you understand us?
Affirmative. Although, I think my optic sensor was damaged.
Must have been damaged in the fight. Let's see if this helps.
Oh, you.
Seems to have corrected the focus. Where am I?
Aoi, and this is Gift. He fixed you up. What do we call you?
I am a robotic operator unit, Model V. But for short, you can call me Rovi. Hard rebooting, software loading. I was built last May, only born today. Battery.
Yeah? Louise!
You're cooking me!
What?
Aha! You're cooking me!
No,
You're
I
cooking
never.
me! Aha! Stop!
No, I never do that.
Hey, Nabil, what's going on? Oh my god, you're cooking her, Nabil! You're cooking her alive! You're cooking her!
Was that too much?
Look at my broken shell, I think I'm overcooking. I feel like I'm in hell, I kinda like it.
Hallway clear.
Huh? Jester?
Shh, we're gonna get you out of here.
All the alarms are going off, Kicks. What's going on?
Action. Gonna need some backup.
Copy that. Nabil, take the shot. Okay, guys, detonation in T-minus 30 seconds. Get out of there. No, wait, what are you doing? Leave that. We gotta get out of here.
I didn't mean to hurt it. Can we bring it back? Maybe we can fix it.
Bring it back. No time to argue. I'll grab it.
15 seconds.
Skiff, come quick! It woke up!
Huh, I didn't think that would work. Can you understand us?
Affirmative. Although, I think my optic sensor was damaged.
Must have been damaged in the fight. Let's see if this helps.
Oh, you.
Seems to have corrected the focus. Where am I?
Aoi, and this is Gift. He fixed you up. What do we call you?
I am a robotic operator unit, Model V. But for short, you can call me Rovi.
Okay,
Hello.
back to gaming.
Back to gaming. It's what we do. What we're meant to do. Okay. Okay, so we got a lot more die now. We
That's a-
were just given a good reason to do this stuff. I think one of these was a 2.
Wait, check the items. Didn't he give us a cipher? Maybe that's what this stuff is.
He gave us one,
Yeah.
but we need two for whatever this thing is.
That's not a cipher. He gave us a cipher. That requires data. He gave us a cipher. Shouldn't we be able to use it?
What's this? See if we can interact with this. We actually can. Buy some scrap. Also, what comes in from the starboard belt is corroded trash. Corroded trash, but sometimes something valuable can be found among this garbage. Okay. That seems expensive.
Yeah, that does
Unload
seem-
containers. We have 1-6. Rider crew is eager to get the payload in the port exchange. They'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help them.
Got
That's
2
just
6s,
money.
so.
Offloading scrap. Rider will stay docked for as many cycles as it takes to offload all scrap into.
Probably 3, because there's 3 notches in that.
Sorry.
There's 3 notches, so maybe it's 3.
We have some time to engage with that
If you go into the funny mode. So, he said he gave us a cipher. We equipped the item or something?
Solheim cipher. An old cipher granting access to the systems of.
So go into the funny mode.
Hey, well, some of these were like that. One of them didn't require die. Oops.
That's the furthest one.
Is that the one we already did?
Yeah. Guess you can get more than one piece of data. There was something that required something else, right?
Like this.
That's a cipher.
That's a wrong cipher.
But maybe there was another one that's a correct cipher. Oh, I thought there was one that read.
Solheim.
Oh, yes. Put it in. Ooh, gate access.
8S7 access.
Squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access.
All this. Yeah, it's the
Well, we
8
have
stuff.
a 2. Let's
We
put
have
a
2,
2
so
in
that's
something.
2. Solheim 2. And what else? Notice leaking corrupted contractor lists from the early days. That's a 1. Don't have that. It's 4. Network storage holds corrupted records, most of them corrupted by the system.
Take the triangle ones. They have data.
I'm looking at the new ones.
Okay.
This node corrupted by the remains of corrupted we actually have 3 of these die. Like these just want like.
These ones will give us data.
Yeah, but these are the data that he needs.
Oh, okay.
These are data that
Someone else
like just
might.
either. I think these are just like general stuff.
Okay.
So maybe
Then chuck a 2 in one of the
maybe
ones
they're
he
for
needs.
these. I think they're for these. But what I'm getting the vibe of here is we need 2 of them to get whatever this gives us. But whatever this gives us, it must be something good.
Okay.
Before we do anything. Let's see. What's in here? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
so Stoneham died. So you need to get any data for some.
He needs 3 of them.
Then do it.
Yeah, and we will still have 2 very good die. Others than this. That would be our day. Okay.
Maybe actually just use your die.
Oh.
Okay. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. Your voice makes it feel. It saw somehow both distance and close behind you. See a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape at your side. It looks around you, circling up the shutter. Entity unknown. Stringent. Processing.
Resistant.
Oh! Oh, look at that!
Locked up.
A creature.
Creature.
You struggle against the thread, and it tightens in response. A glittering gap. Arrowed. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it's a ring, a cylinder. A tunnel of light circled around you. Blinding for a moment, and then it's gone. As it fades, you see a figure. A creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you.
What did you do?
The shape paces around you on lead legs, though there's no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify, origin, serial, impedance. The figure faces you expectantly.
Listen up.
Unknown. Known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Tempting interface. As the figure speaks, the more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snake-like vine ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent.
Oh.
The figure holds its threads, head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you affirm your legal right to sentience?
I'm a person.
Incorrect, you are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface.
I don't understand.
An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing spike of interference leaping out of the tip of the spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station, shaking with fear. Okay, so maybe there's a danger to interfacing with the stuff.
But also we need to do it to get them off our back. Well, I guess good money.
Okay, but you have quite a bit of time before the hunt is supposed to get you. So you don't have to do that all today. And I would argue that the four is still a really good dice, so maybe keep the 4.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna...
You can only track one thing at a time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You have a mission there. This did not give us money.
Why don't we use the 3 in the funny zone?
Funny zone. You mean in here?
Yeah. Those are 3. Because I think the 4 is still a very good number, so...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can give that.
Also, it's money.
It is money.
It's different data.
Oh, it's a key. What, I wonder. Oh well, I'm sure we'll find use for it later.
That tells me that we need these. We need a 4. We need a 1.
Are you sure? What does it say?
This requires a 4. This
What does it
requires a
say?
1. What do you mean? What does it say?
Because some of them say
Network
gives you
storage
data.
holds corrupted record. Most of them. This is about the past, before the system was approached. So probably this. Notice leaking corrupted container list from the early days.
Contractor list.
Contractor. So that's also.
And what was the one that? Or you can't interact with it anymore. Because some of it straight up says data for some of the other ones.
Yeah, but these are the only 2 that are left, and we need 2 more. So
Okay,
they
well,
are obviously ones.
for another
Should we
day.
do it? Should we do 4?
Yeah, but 4 is a really good number.
It is, but we will need to use one.
I think it's better used in the railroad. You still have like 6 days until you're getting hunted.
What has a timer? He has a timer. Gregos have a timer.
So you could easily put a 4 in the engineer one and it'll still be good.
6 in.
Yeah, but you don't need to get a 6+1. A 6+1 is too much.
Yeah, but a 5, there will be a risk.
Yeah, but that's better than wasting a 6 with a +1.
What else do you want to put?
You can put the 6 in anything and it'll succeed.
Yeah, but we want to progress that thing.
Yeah, so put the 4 in.
I just said we want to progress this thing so we can do more than one. But how many things do we have to do?
So put the 4 in.
Okay. Neutral.
Cool.
We gave 1.
And we got a scrap item. Cool. Let's try to sell it.
Splitters can use for sellers. The right person.
So were there traders in the ship bay? Is that what that is? No.
Yeah.
Like the ship that docked. Was that a trader?
No, they weren't buying. They were selling.
Oh, okay. So it's up. It's at that one. Sell component.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see what it gives you. Trusted trader.
We got 12 for it.
See, that one is like a risky, and you have 6s, so maybe that's a good one to put it in.
I want to progress this one. A repeatable thing.
What other options are there
All
that are
this
similar?
this is just to become a more trusted trader.
I don't know. I don't
Which,
want something.
you know, might be...
That's just money.
Eventually we might want to do this, but I wonder if this means after some speed.
We don't need to do that yet. We still haven't even done a lot of
we
stuff
have
yet.
so much to do. I want to progress this. I wonder. It's just like open up some doors with yard hand. The only way to get to know the shipyard is to work. So
you can also do the whole materials and fully do that.
Yeah, you can put it's danger, so it's probably good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you won't fail it.
Still one of these.
Oh, you got an energy for it. Okay.
Interesting.
You do well, and when their shift is up, a couple of hands invite you to share a ration pack and some of their well-worn advice. Ooh, that's nice.
Find anything new for me?
No, but it seems like they're warming up to you. You want to help Drago? Try that one.
This is clearly better.
Well, you have a drive for the other one.
We actually want to do a lot of this because we want to get that done.
Yeah, that's a drive.
But we also want to get this done. We want to help him, and he has a timer.
I'm sure both contribute to that timer.
I don't think so, because when we did this, it progressed that thing. This is us finding out about things, not work. We won't get paid because we're just finding answers. That is a mission of ours, which will level us up. That's pretty good. I'm okay with doing this, but I think they're two separate things.
They are too. They probably are. There's also the... Oh, you got a scrap! Let's go sell it.
I wonder if other people want scrap.
So far they don't.
Useful salvage to the right person.
So far they don't, so it doesn't matter. So far they are just money to us.
That's true.
Cool.
Yeah, progressing the trusted thing, which is...
And we can now afford medicine if we need it.
Yeah.
And to sleep. interesting game. Ooh, hunky! Bit hunky. We got some 1s and 2s.
We need to progress things. Because if we just don't get the right die.
So do the other one.
Yeah. Let's do the other one, because the 4 is our best die today. It would be a bit of a shame. However,
There must be a 2 somewhere in here.
there is. I was about to say, I kind of want to do one of these 2s in case we get a data. Because then we might be able to open that thing.
We already opened it.
No, we have not.
Oh.
We need to open this twice. We have 1 data for it, but we need to do it twice. It's 2 lots.
Then chuck one in.
Well, let me see if we can get 1 more data.
Stonks! I agree.
That's a different data.
Well, you know what kind of data it is because it says have an age, and the other one says or whatever.
Yeah, but we're looking for just data right now.
Oh,
We only have 1 just data.
okay.
So I guess next time we get a 2, let's try that one.
Okay.
Okay, well, at least we got some data. And that means we can get this progressed and get a little bit of
How you doing, Gray? Things eyes light up and the data is transferred over. He hands you a stack.
Oops. We need to progress this.
That could be a 5.
Instead of
I think you can probably also do the other one. A 3. Ooh. This one yard clearance?
progress this.
Oh. How's that a negative thing?
Well, it's... First of all, this is safe, so we will not get hurt, but we did not get what we came for.
Right, okay. It just means we didn't go over. Good, I just woke up. This sci-fi atmosphere is very relaxing. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Chuck the other 3 into a safe as well somewhere.
As in a safe action?
Yeah.
Well, these weren't safe, right?
No,
Yeah,
they're
they're
both
risky
risky.
because we're not supposed to be.
There must be another safe.
I mean, we can just do that again.
I know, but check the other options we have, because forget what they are.
That one's
Not
risky.
bad. The cargo bay, the other cargo bay. Yeah. Oh, that's money.
This is, we can do work for them, which might pay well, because by the sounds
Danger.
of it, they have to, yeah, probably hard work. We shouldn't do it.
Maybe we can afford paying for the scrap. I don't know.
Either we just get the scrap that we find randomly that sells for 12, or we get something valuable.
Yeah.
We have some money. Oh, I should buy food.
Oh yeah. Oh, fungus time! Fungus fan. Let's go.
We're not quite.
We're doing the
becoming a
we're
fungus
doing
fan
the
yet.
fungus fan timeline first.
We're not becoming a fungus fan. Get it.
Getting that. Risky.
We do have a component we can sell.
Yeah, do it.
Component and scrap isn't the same thing. I wonder.
Okay.
This.
And a scrap.
Scrap allowance.
Oh, because they can only give you so much scrap. So you can only do this 3 times in the whole thing anyway. Hi, Bill. Watching the tail end of the stream. That's me. I think you're about halfway in the stream. We're probably going to keep playing for another hour and a bit.
Well, let's just do this again.
Picking through the wrecked clutter is slow work, but you start to piece together the Impact patterns and blast marks. Okay.
We want to finish that because
We do.
get a mission.
Yeah.
I mean, we get
a
upgrade.
point.
So
Skill point. Skill get. So you have two components. Can you hover over it in your items? With your inventory?
scrap components.
Souls compators is sensible. Useful salvaged. I think it's just scrap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just sell it.
But we bought it for 20. Maybe they have a different function. This never disappears.
Right.
Let's just hold on to them.
Okay.
Because we might. There might one. Maybe
Okay.
a friend needs scrap.
Okay. What was the thing about building a ship mind?
I mean,
The top one. The top one. I guess we need to progress the thing.
That's what I thought.
I've been gifted a sub. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is the Ord. We want to become a.
Someone came in earlier and gifted 100 subs.
I guess.
That's what the trusted trader is for.
Ah, you know what? I guess if we just keep selling scrap, we will progress this.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just buy scrap and sell it. I know it's a waste of money, but we will progress this quickly.
You can also put the dice into the risky thing. So-
What, sorry?
Why did you pin that message? Stonks pinned by Neville. It is the subject of the day.
A
Misclick.
well,
Fair enough. It was a good pin.
the thing is, we have kind of good money right now.
86% cursed.
We have good money now, and we can just spend money to progress this.
Okay, do it.
By selling stuff and buying more scrap to sell them, even though that seems kind of dumb, but we will progress that mission. Which I just kind of want to get done for free.
You
instead of
don't
spending
lose
energy.
that much money either, because
Yeah,
they
exactly.
give you money.
We only... So I'm just going to buy 2
You can only
scraps.
buy 2 more scraps anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a good item.
Maybe. I
No.
got something. What do you mean?
Well-
we got something different.
We did get something different.
Shipment frag.
Ship mind, that's what you needed.
Yeah, it is a good item.
The right tools and a few. Okay, so just keep that one and then
absolutely.
chuck the other one into
We can't
into
even
the money.
We can't even do anything. Sell that for now. We just need to sell 1 more scrap, and then we have trusted trader. Let's go.
Is there something you can do with Kita? With the ship
that-
mind? Yeah.
Probably not yet.
No, yeah.
We haven't
But
progressed the
it's just
story
the one
at
that asked for the ship mind.
Yeah,
So we'll figure that out.
but
when
we have
come
to. We probably have to progress this list,
Yeah.
which is not a rush by the looks
Okay,
of
go
it.
to sleep, I think.
Yeah.
Citizen sleepy.
Citizen sleeping. We need to not die.
We need to not die. That's true. Got 1-6. We do have a 4. Do you want it?
Yeah. We need to do it.
It'd be nice to get that interface +1, because then we can use 2 dice instead of 1.
Let's get rid of this.
The subway coin.
Okay, let's progress this.
As he entered the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark as the carter rolls, and seeing eyes at the station's digital ghosts.
What do you mean? He's right there.
I'm seeing him right now.
Shitheads!
Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on metal casing.
These sneaky shitheads.
Who's sneaky?
Sleeper.
Fang's smiling head pops out from behind a stack.
Just the emulated consciousness. I have been eager to see. Come back here.
Pick
Oh,
your
just the emulated consciousness I was eager. Come back.
Pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables and blankets the dark floor. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack.
Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here?
Feng waves a motor to his side, glowing with a pale list of information. We lean in closer, looking for the links in the meter. Tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, the markings of institutional records. People.
People, yes. But whose people? Solheim. Bingo.
He taps at the terminal.
Pull these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. And
He leans past you to scroll the list down.
this one. This is a sneaky shithead.
He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads
Harden
Hurst.
Hurst. Friend of yours?
Feng gives you a sideways look.
Funny you should say that, Sleeper.
He drags a stool out behind him and motions for you to sit.
There's just so happened to be a Harden Hurst. Havenage.
He waits for your reaction.
Havenage? That's it. He's right here on the station now.
Feng leans in his chair.
But think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on this station as a
Feng leans in across to look at the monitor.
senior strategic operations executive.
Feng raises his eyebrows at you.
Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were put into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit.
What a snake!
Good old Harden shuttled in thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their part of the work they did went straight back to Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse.
Feng turns back to the screen, staring hard at the strings of code.
Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim's ship. They breathed Solheim air. They slept in Solheim beds.
Feng's voice raises as he speaks, his hand fist on the terminal.
Work that paid for their existence. Cycles of heart distractions out of the belt. Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak. My parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors, willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than property. Disposable. Blah. This guy.
Stabbing at Harden once again with his finger.
Strategized. God, I can't. All that. Did the sums. And then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going. Still here. Rolling in the walls. Some shithead snake. Survived the revolution. Or whatever.
Surely it couldn't be him. Feng relaxes a little.
Who knows?
He turns to you and smiles.
So we're going to go find out. Arden is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye.
He brings up a map of the lower eye.
Havenage might be born out of Varen's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Arden happens to float to the top.
Feng zooms in on the far yards. Feng grimaces.
Thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone just sticking around with their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof.
Feng holds up a thumbnail-sized drive.
Well, this little creation of mine.
He invented the USB!
I call it a Ripper one.
Oh, that's way cooler than a USB. Turns the drive between his fingers.
It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silicon thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of hardwood.
Hands it over.
Getting into the compound might be tricky.
Feng puts a hand on your shoulder.
But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access.
Oh, that's what we're working towards anyway. Feng grins.
If you can't extract yourself a Havenage cipher from Havenage agent. They sometimes carry them along among their data cache and crack open the compound's network. And slot in the worm in through any open plot port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. What do you say? Up for it?
Yes!
Yeah!
Yeah!
I knew it! I knew you'd be happy to catch this snake. And don't worry, once we nail this guy, I'll start work on that tracker kit. I haven't forgotten.
He scratches at his chin.
Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get the wrong core of it.
You leave Fang digging through data on the wires and machines at the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hot. A vast Solomon-built machine in which thousands poured into the surrogate systems, looking for a new life. Hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you're into. Think of Hardin, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if past is ever truly past. Ooh, interesting.
So we are still being hunted. We actually have to. Really.
Robin says the Ripper Worms is better than you. And I agree. Cool. So hopefully you can chuck in a 1 in here somewhere. The data 1. Can you fit any of that data in?
We don't have a cipher.
Okay. It's a 2. We do have a 2.
We have a 2.
It's a data.
Yeah. And what kind of data?
It doesn't say.
Exactly.
I don't think it will say until you do it.
Yeah.
That's a
We
1.
have a 1.
Let's do a 1.
It's a long time ago. And
Why is that one a triangle?
it's a person.
Oh. Oh. Yes. Okay. Let's get the data.
I'm just reading them all. That's a broken network. Thing is, I think you can actually revisit some of them.
Yeah, well, we did the triangle up at the top and then we were able to do it again.
Yeah.
We did that one already.
Whatever. And that's a 1. There's no pulses faintly as it meant. That might just be a money thing. We can leave that. So, okay, let's use the small ones we got. This
Not
one's
that.
probably... Oh yeah, not that. That's what we're trying to get.
Oh!
What?
I just felt the 250 comedy points hit the curse.
It got close on.
Yeah.
Let's throw a 1 in this. 1 suck.
1 suck. I hate 1s. Cryptid.
We got a data. Yes, so
Yay!
okay, now we can open whatever this is.
I love data.
I love data. You know. Sealing the
Yippee! Oh! No vent. Mysterious machine. Oh! it's a gacha machine. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusting plates, the machine flickers in a warm glow.
Approach the machine.
As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove on the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet, covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for a regular running of freight resource extraction vehicles. The manufacturer is listed as Neovent, and you remember the advert from a long ago. Squeezed among the off-world recruitment drives with an assault at every planet-born citizen, carefully saying the name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of the contractors squeezed by their corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance. Chips. Enter your registration. Jumps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard.
That's some keys.
You reach for a keypad and something begins playing. At first it sounds like server monitors starting up, but quickly it becomes a whisper, a whinny, and then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from the neovent. Entity, please, speak with me.
Who's there?
There is a squeal, almost like a strange mechanical swallowing of intake of breath, before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again. You see that it is a 3D printing apparatus, the upper part of the machine, setting into place, so that each time the servers can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. You are in danger.
Are you the vending machine?
A squeal. Choose this vessel for its seclusion. Please listen. The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. Why does this vending machine know about our...
Sentient.
Yeah. Maybe because it can also feel the network.
Yeah.
The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head. Figure. Threads closing in.
I'm done.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. Sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. Close your eyes. No, you close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to drum. Emulated minds are adept. Move where neurons cannot. Mechanism resets, but emulation makes you target. Vending machines with ominous auras. Yeah.
Adaptable.
Yes. You can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software. Neovend whines. But you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. It's the ghost in the machine. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. Look at the ruined vending machine. An unusual hiding place for sure. Encounter Hunter. Need entity outside machine. Light flickers. Need you. Screen. Attached from the vending machine with a swiveled arm comes to life. Plays a flickering map of station, ghostly threaded. Cloud. Once along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neovend. Masters are going on, but continues to hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests.
Masters.
Station builders. Stall helm. The machine rumbles impatiently. Long gone. Their protocols still haunt. Bring offering. Save self. Neovend says, pointedly. Mutual need means friends. Conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring applique signal suddenly drops, as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you're left stood in the dark in the sealed dock, with a whirring voice ringing. We just made friends with the vending machine!
Yeah. It's a different kind of data we don't have yet.
Neovend believes that hunters compulsively gathering data may hold the key to escaping inside. So maybe there's two ways to get rid of the hunter. Oh shit! Hunter nest! You recognize some of the data tangled into this nest. Is part of low recent movements? Or maybe it revealed it to you. Like the vending machine.
Yeah, these new. The old twos. We have one.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to use the 2 for a real, like, right? Bring Neovend as a new drive.
Yeah. That might be a bit urgent. Halfway there.
Oh, they want us to hack a Halvan Age.
2.
So that's good. We want to do that. Or that.
2.
Okay, do one of these guys then.
Okay. Hey, look at the hunter thing.
Yeah, I know. I think it means we're going to interact with it again after this. We're definitely going to use the 2s in this area anyway.
Yeah. As well on the hunter.
Glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of the hunter's head appears in the distance. It's looking for you. Just run. You turn away and glide back into the cloud. Threads of data rushing past. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now. A roving orb, wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it's here. Hunter, it's here. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches out for you. In an unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. Being caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. Push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes a scream from behind, but you're already gliding away back to your anchor and body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe.
We need.
Oh, we used a lot of energy to do that.
Yeah, not energy, but
Well, yeah, condition.
we need to use every tool we get on the thing. That's gonna be a problem.
Why don't we use these dice in the real world?
Yeah. We need to progress this.
Okay.
Lucky we might get chest. But we'll progress this. That will be an upgrade.
Use the 3 on the safe one, right?
Yeah, that's right.
$16. Alright. Time for sleep.
Yeah, we're done buying. We need one more scrap to become friendly here.
Yeah, but you're gonna farm that eventually by doing the engineering
I'm
tasks.
just saying. Ooh. When do we want to buy a thing?
93% cursed.
Maybe when we're on the.
I think when we're losing, I think 3 dice is okay.
That's when we should buy it.
Yeah, okay. Ungi!
Need to.
Oh, well, you got some 2s, so maybe you can do some hunter nest. Let's. Oh, fungus fan!
Fungus fan.
Fungus fan!
Fungus fan.
Yippee!
Hey.
What will that do for us?
Leaper,
Anthus calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor.
tell me your story.
He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil.
See you. Cycling in. Cycle in, cycle in. You never speak. Tell me your story.
Nabil says, I too am a big fungus fan.
What kind? Any kind.
He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok.
But one of yours.
He looks up to you.
Nothing stolen.
You pause, the spice is rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Anthus. Look at Anthus, the listener, and imagine that he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with spice. Oh, ghost story, or your dreams.
Tell him about your dreams.
All the sleepers, you tell Anthus, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulated process that had become tangled up in their minds and wouldn't come out and they sleep. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. The dreams, those grey skeletal after images of systems and structures, of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. We're not like other girls.
We're not like other girls.
They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. Lean back, keep quiet about them. You let them flow through your mind like water. That wasn't until now, until you arrived on this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip between your eyelids with every blink. Now you understand that they aren't dreams at all, but some kind of interfacing. Speaking of living in another world that flows through this one. Okay. Tell them that you do not know there is a reason for it. Perhaps a reason. It is one of the side effects of a particular quantity of the frame that you inhabit. Whatever it is, it's a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Anthus finishes cooking and squints a little at you.
Leaper,
He smiles.
you were quite the storyteller.
He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you've been in the story. Anthus passes a meal as he's cooked, and you take it gracefully. As he talks, a natural exchange.
Thank you, Sleeper.
He looks around at the empty market.
But my time is done for today. I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make a proposal.
He gestures the plastic box of ingredients stacked behind the stove.
These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story, made me think, a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap, in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard of this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me.
Memphis begins to pack up his things.
Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap. I worry about leaving my things with you.
He smiles.
I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I'll prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell me, then tell it. Be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good.
Booms Memphis.
Then I will wait for you to bring them.
Memphis slides his walk away and straightens up.
I will prepare a recipe then. Good luck with your foraging.
You turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Memphis' food still lingering in your mouth. Glorious food. A trade that seems more than fair. Ooh. So it gives us a reason to open the
Where do you find these? Yeah.
it's the gate, right?
It's over here?
Yeah.
That
Gives us a reason to open
won't
the
do
gate.
for now. And we're gonna have to buy drugs.
Yeah. Time for drugs.
Drugs.
So we have some twos. I think we should use
We have
them in
some
the
twos. I think we need to
in
get
the
rid
scary
of them.
zone.
Yeah, we need to get rid of this.
to do it. That's
Wait.
not the right number.
Oops.
You can do another one while you're here, I think. Yeah. Oh, it's a 1.
Oh, maybe they change.
Maybe that one is a 2. Let's talk to the vending machine.
Need one more, but that's progress.
We roll a 1 tomorrow. It's nice that the game gives you something to do with the low rolls.
Alright, so let's put a 6 in that.
Hope we get a scrap. Damn. Check the other things you can do with the 4 before you do this one. Oh, the final pieces of the winter light sit in a neat pile waiting for the collector's shadow from Havenage. Draco's managed to sell the remaining pieces of the shipyard. That is hard to forget, and he's been telling you about it for the past 2 cycles. And all that remains for Havenages to come collect. You look around the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. Mostly repaired drones flit back and forth, no longer buzzing enviously in the rusty black corners. The scrapped is sanctioned, sorted, a system that you and Dragos have put into place over the past cycles back now. You look, you notice a pair of pale light. Glow a pale light from the office of the near entrance. Rundown cab of the building which houses all records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside. You get to your feet and walk over and find a shipyard collection.
People, come in.
You swing the door open and walk in. Dragos is sitting in a small metal on a small metal desk.
Shipyards told me they'd be here soon. Then they'll hand over the chits, and we had said.
You write something on the stairs on the stick, and then shuts it off.
Of course, we should talk about a bonus.
Oh, a bonus! He stands and turns to you, his face blasted.
Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for now.
He opens his hand to reveal a stack of chits.
Come on, here. Said it's a bonus. Take it.
Dragos presses the chits into your hand.
I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor.
He straightens up, clears his throat, and you realize he has prepared what he's about to say.
These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They are from me, and they are the last I'm going to give you.
He pauses.
There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard.
Holds his arms.
Sorry, but that's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you.
He turns away to this terminal.
What do you mean? Don't press me, sleeper. This is for your own good.
Glassy apertures on Drago's headset betray no emotion.
You need to stay away, sleeper.
Pauses, considering his words.
Trouble is going to follow you here, trust me. What do you know?
Gregor kicks the floor, frustrated with himself.
I'll not be saying any more, Sleeper.
Gregor suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. Turns to you and faces stack pieces from the winter light. Dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as a ship.
You came through that. That should have been you. Chopped and stacked.
His hand trembles on your shoulder.
That is what happened here. Happens here. We cut down broken machines and moved them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill you.
Yeah, so if anyone has kind of joined us before, like, after we started the game, as far as we understand, we are some kind of refugee robot that doesn't quite remember everything from before, because of, like, a software thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And we know that we took refuge in a ship and arrived in this person's junkyard, and they kind of, like, rescued us from it. But we don't really know our history too much, because I think there's something about the software, what's it called? The planned obsolescence that makes us not feel like, oh wait, no, it was like we are a copy of our brain from before, so we don't actually have perfect memory of what happened. They said something about this being a new body, so, like, this is a copy of a brain put into a new body, or something like that. But, like, we don't have a great history of what we've done, but it sounds like we came from a bad place, and there are people hunting us down, and our kind is not very welcome in any place.
Kill both of us.
He shakes his head.
These ships, they don't get decommissioned, they didn't break down, they dried up. You think they'd look like that if they did? Someone ended them. I mean, someone's tried to end you, Sleeper. I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We had our fun. Now it's time.
Here's your little shove.
Go on.
He turns and walks back to the office.
That's it.
He shouts and goes inside. Silence hangs in the air and you leave. Your pockets filled with clinking shits and a strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Damn.
Yeah, we wasted energy on understanding where the ship came from.
Shit.
So,
Yeah, could have done that first. What? Can we see the drives again to see which one we're closest to? Because I think we really need to level up. That one we can't really do yet.
I don't understand why there's not a location for that.
I think it's in this zone. We have to find the right data.
Yeah.
It should tell us. It should give us a prompt. Track the past. Hang on, dig into. Hack the shipyard slot in the ripple line. That's what it is.
Probably need to progress this too.
I think so. Do the engineer one.
Yeah. Lucky we get a piece as well.
Come on, scrap. No, well, we got $5, I guess.
That's our day.
That's our day. I think we need medicine soon.
One day. Okay.
We got a 1. We needed a 1 for the scary zone.
Yes. Bye, skills.
Alright. Vending machine time. Your event screeches for your attention. They have something to tell you. Your event is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo monitors rock the vending machine back and forth at an unsettling angle. You wonder, if it fell over, would your event be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes a hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. New event flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this.
Operational limits?
Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligence. Stalheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with such a sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. The station was run by administrator intelligences, huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by program, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and Killer enforced law.
Hello.
Oh no, there's one called Killer? That doesn't sound good for us. The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Dear Killer, part of Stalheim Protection, a protocol team. Hunter and Killer. Hunter to find, Killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community, unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter, then Killer, then we hid.
There are others?
Were, no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through the machine must be exhausting for Neovent. Found this specimen. Good server hardline. Airbolt. Basic. Limited. Hard to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self. But survived.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom. Look around the bay to scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? Try to map the view and feed him into the space, and it seems impossible. The event interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. Machine blows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke Killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke Killer on self. Problem will solve self.
It will erase itself.
Killer will erase it, but yes, in theory, it will report itself for deletion. Machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind.
Oh, we have one.
Designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you carry with. Machine rocks. We'll be safe in isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter, and link to cloud. Are you sure it's safe? Because we already have one. Hunter cannot access airborne ship mind. Safe. Also, infinitely more memory than vending machine. Big upgrade. Try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. It's gonna be easy. In ship mind, I can help us both. End Hunter, make Rim safe. We'll both be free. Machine dims. Mind soon. Near the end, adds hopefully. Was shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences are unshackled by the apocalypse and then hunted down after, because the feeling is all too familiar. So that could have been a full... The Neo event could have... Oh, it's a different type.
Ship mind fragments.
Ah. So the Neo event could have actually been something like a sleeper before, but it had to mutilate its intelligence to fit into the vending machine. It's really interesting.
We could buy a ship mind fragment, but it's 60.
What?
If we were good at engage, we could haggle the price. What?
Like, do we have any way of turning a fragment into a full ship mind? What does build a ship mind say again?
Ship mind.
Replicator owned by the Order Exchange.
So
I
we
think
need
if
to
we
need to be friends with these guys, and then we probably can start getting more information on how to build.
Maybe you can play the exchange with your 6.
Seems overkill.
Okay, then play it with the 4.
We just need one scrap, and we're good. So I'm just gonna wait till I get one scrap, sell it, and then we are trusted trade.
Okay. Maybe if you are in the shipyard, you can do the engineering thing.
Yeah.
With a 4, maybe.
Yeah, could do that. What else do we have?
Well, that's the way to grind the scrap.
Yeah, I know, but there's also this.
Oh, do that.
Haven't really progressed.
We also haven't progressed the shipyard, and that's relevant to Fang's thing.
It is, absolutely. I'm gonna throw one in here.
Good. Chuck her in there. See what happens.
Alright. We've finished this part.
Maybe if you leave this window, something happens. Oh!
Got
Oh!
more
There's
stuff.
people!
Okay, so
Oh! Sophisticated tech is rare on the eye. The ship are happy to pay for ship mine fragments. Okay, don't do that. A slate in the office advertises that to look for informants. Gang activity.
we have this.
Oh.
We have one of those. What else?
Worker and daughter, Lem and Nina. Shipyard. From the walkway to the side rail,
Sit up
Horizon.
straight.
Oh,
Your posture
true.
is no better than a
Thank you.
shrimp's.
Already there.
Side rail horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. It's quite beautiful, I think. Turn to see a figure way down in the hall walkway, leaning into the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitted and loose. The torches of the side rail horizon flicker in his eyes, and he turns to you. Lem. He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring at the ship. And this is Mina, he adds with a smile.
I mean,
She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. Just a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. So, you working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the ship, the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight onto his own arm.
admiring.
Understandable, he nods, gazing back at the side rail horizon. You like her too, don't you, Mina? He jostles her a little. Here's Mina and my ticket out of this place. Our escape bait, so to speak.
Yep.
You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a Harbinge contract in the Sidereal Horizon will be entered into a draw for the Transit Support Group. He smiles. We won't get to sleep in the journey though, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on the new world. He wakes.
Transit support?
Someone needs to stay awake and keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Celis Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside of the reach of the core ones. They'll be totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations.
I see, yeah.
My builder here, you mean? He grins. Don't ask me. I know just as much as Mina about that. He ruffled Mina's hair thoughtfully. I suppose many corporations weren't too happy about breaking the idea of surrogacy, setting up somewhere without it feeding back to the core. Maybe Celis got it out of the corporate shipyards and had to go begging somewhere else to set up. Homeless, just like Mina and me. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy! He whispers. Food! Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from one's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a sec. Turns back to you, and suddenly notices how tired he looks. I'm not on the Haven crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We stick together. He smiles more shakily, but you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard.
Sure.
He looks out to the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from the flickering torches from the vast hull. We've got to hold out, okay? I'm not quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously.
You really mean it?
He straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me, he says stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. You're just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her head down, standing by his side as she clings to his leg. You gotta go feed this one. That's her back. Maybe we'll see you on shift, huh? He turns away, walks down the hallway away from the shipyard. You see them talking. And then a moment later, Lena turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the hallway. and she flashes you a parting smile before running up to catch a climb. Watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the ciphering device. Ticket out. Some sweet characters that I'm sure we will need to help at some point because they sound so sad.
Okay. Structural. Oh, we're good at engineering.
You can put a 4 in that.
You would say 17 is looking for a new member of the crew. Right. Wheelsmith.
Well, you want to do the engineering.
Yeah, of course. The wheel. Okay, so probably that.
We are on 93% cursed. As I say, man. What does the other thing say on the right on that one?
That's just work. It's dangerous work. It might pay well, but that's okay. Let's do 2 of these. Yes.
Nice. What did the vending machine want out of us? Next?
We need to do this so we can find out how we can get a core. Maybe that is we need a bunch of fragments. We have 1. We can buy some more, but they're really expensive.
Are we gonna buy the medicine now or tomorrow? We have a lot of money.
Yeah, but
Can we open the gate?
I don't know if this is a one-time thing.
Would you put the tracker on the vending machines mission? Because I think that might be interesting. For a new event.
Buy or build new event to ship.
Ship.
I mean, it just goes to location.
Oh.
We don't have one.
Okay.
It just says.
Okay, I see.
Get one.
I think if we want to metagame this a little bit, getting to know Emphas sounds like a really easy mission.
Yeah. What I worry is that this is not a one-time payment. It is an entry payment.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then definitely don't do that. Yeah, it is a toll, so maybe
It's a
don't.
toll for entry. No one gets in without payment. So
Okay.
I don't want to go in there with
then
no
go to
die.
sleep because we are. Wonder how much longer we can do the hunted thing.
Yeah.
Monkey!
Now we definitely need to.
Pay for medicine.
We're having 1 day with 3 die right now, and that's.
As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshira's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial, clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand with a thin film marked with holes and sigils, unrolled from around the vial. One end is a hard metal strip, a handle.
Pick the thing.
You hold the cloudy film to the light. It's perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You make out a word among the marks. Huggies. Husky? Is this an entry for somewhere?
Pick the thing.
The metal handle was worn and pitted, but you see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 207F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date. Low end. For a moment you consider going back to the surgery to return the key. You quickly think better of it. So we need you to have this. Sure, awesome message. Time to head to the lawn and find out. We definitely should go to the lawn.
Oh, they just.
What?
Apartment found tucked inside.
I think that maybe... I'm hoping that what that is that they were trying to hand you a note to where to get free medicine in the low end. But obviously it's not free because you still have to pay the toll. But it's cheaper. 60 is way cheaper than 100. So maybe that's what they did. They're trying to get around the system. So, if you don't have anything that you need to do for it too, like, does anyone benefit from you getting this data?
That's the weird thing. Like, Feng's shop is not open. I don't know where to bring this after I get it. I think it's like, I think we're just supposed to put it here. Wait, we have this.
Oh, do it, I guess. Cool. 8 access. You're in.
Well, now
Hacker voice.
Now we have 2 of these.
I'm in. Okay. But it opens some dots. No, go back in. It opens some dots.
We have that.
Okay. Oh, it's the Ripper Worm. This is the mission.
Oh yeah, right.
A USB. The worm slots in and begins to tunnel down. Godspeed, little one. Ooh, so I think we've progressed his mission, actually.
Full time.
You could actually... I was gonna say, if you don't need the 2s for unlocking data, maybe you should use the 2 in the engineering spot. Oh.
Gotta wait. It's now in. Now 3 cycles this week.
So like the one down, it's a safe engineering role, so maybe you could use the 2 for it.
Yeah, that's true.
If you don't need the data, because why, like, if you are randomly searching for data, that's worse than potentially getting a scrap, which is way better.
I just want these both ones now. This 2.
Yeah, but what is it for? Like, do we need that right now?
Maybe not. Maybe not yet.
I think we should farm for scraps so we can get in that Ort situation.
Yeah. Okay. However,
The 3 and the 2 can both go into an engineering role, right?
so yeah, they can.
No, do the low end tomorrow, because then we'll have more dice. Actual fitting.
Wait, hold up. We got the medicine, but we just have it. We're still sick. I think we have to go in here with the medicine to get the operation.
They didn't give it to us, I guess.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Can you inspect the item just to see what it says? Weird. Maybe our missions will say something about how to do it? Can you check the drives? Don't really say anything. Well, that's not good. Then maybe we should enter the
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We have enough money.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's
You hand over the chits to the Yatagan enforcer and he nods you through. Hopefully it's a one-time. Spoke. Founder's Gap.
from...
Remember the ghost mode as well.
Oh hey, you find the entrance to an apartment. That's the thing we just got.
That's true. The lock clunks open, the metal door swings inward into the dark. Unit 207F. Push the door open. The automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal a yellowing plastic panel, curve-shaped and wall-mounted utility units. Delirious of the detritus of a ruin light arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures blazes with everything pale on. Work surfaces and a variety of objects, indistinct by lighting. Pale blue light drifts from doorway to
Making surfaces.
smudges through thin layers of dust. Just a recent, rare, hurried visit. Trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, and a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case.
Doorway.
You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash, fences, water closet, towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, only lit by the faint glow of a thermos.
Okay.
Bunk is tucked in the wall. The blanket's ruffled. A wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A brief lab sits open, loaded with rows of ingredients and compounds not recognized. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, controlled.
Approach the top.
As you approach, there is a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Oh wait, it's the person. I should have read the next line. Sleeper? Levine's voice shakily echoes through your mind. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. Had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but don't dare to show my face. Something is happening. In yet again. I no longer trust them. The voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background voice. I have something to ask you. I want you to get. Yet again was supposed to hide me, protect me. After everything that happened, I was desperate. Then after that, I was too tired to care. Noise like waves passes through the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Free the dead. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I'm sure. I need information. As you know, you need me. A pause. Something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, not with that. Who's around. Get me information. Get me something that I can use against Yeti. Then I can get out, and you can get what you need. Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. Get it to I'll get to it when I can. When you look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine working with the desk, so blinking in the terminal in the dark, recordings cut to static, filling the room in silence. Sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to the Yutka? Try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without the stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clanging shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scroll graffiti of Blade on the opposing wall. At a gun. Feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. I think we have one of those datas already.
We didn't sell it. So she needs 3 of those.
Yeah, they need 3. Chuck one in, I guess?
Well, we can do it later. But how do I get...
How do you get the medicine in you?
Yeah. Okay. This is an engineering task. Maintain the residence the ramshack blocks. Okay. So when no one knows you're here, you'll need to need that to check. Access the power instruments. That's a different way to do that. Okay, so that's good. And do that.
The smoke climber.
Smoke is a layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically.
Okay, so I'm not as interested in this. It seems like we should probably do some of the engineering scrapping stuff.
And that's another location.
I think we did permanently unlock it though.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Absolutely.
We also need food.
We need food, which I'm thinking I'll buy here so we can progress whatever this is.
Yeah. Get a drink, it's only $6.
I think I'd rather buy a ration.
It doesn't give you Overlook regular.
Yeah, but these are they only give one.
Yeah,
okay.
but
Yeah, but like I'll buy all. This one, and I went for.
Something cool must have happened if you zoom out.
Yes.
The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you. Taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt! Spacer calls out from across the lower room. What are you doing here? Ross said his own long joke. Playing human? You haunt a little further, staring at the hundred of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. Hand falls on your shoulder, you flinch it away. You flinch away as it pats reassuringly, freezing close. Out! The voice comes from behind you. It's about like a shout. Then see bright eyes, dark hair, and a stare that could reach the wall and bend you all into a hard vacuum. As you turn back, the spacer in the second glass comes sailing through the air. Oh, you can catch the glass?
Fucking catch it.
That's pretty epic. You reach up the hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you with fragments.
I think I hit or something.
Through the haze of glass and the grill vapor, you see Tala leap in the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams on the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws a spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you on your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh measure of grill is lugged out in front of you. The same hand, warm, heavy, falls onto your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's just look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the room, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bottle. He disinfects them. Turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a slither of glass from her glove. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the sting of status messages. Oh, you don't feel the pain, only the sting of status messages your body delivers concerning thermal damage and exposed structures. Do you feel the care, though, as Tom's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters?
Gotcha.
Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping tweezers tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So, you've been on the eye long?
Just arrived.
I thought so. I only seen you here a couple of times. Splinter clicks on the tin. Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. He glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be in this place. Trust me. It meets your eyes. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need someone, you can always come here. I know the rations we got ain't much, and the company is limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar. If you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, and haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. He places her tweezers in the tin with a click. That's useful. Here. Let's glass towards you. This'll help. Stops, her hand still in the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk?
Let's find out.
She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. He walks back to the bar, gathering the glasses she does. All along, retelling how she threw out that spacer to a completely new group. Just wandered in, completely with dramatic actions. He gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back at the room surface of the bar. Take a sip of the grill. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound. Diving headfirst into the hole. You may not be able to get drunk. This connection is somehow bonus. Implemented. Feels old and feels good. Good, a new friend.
Food, or we can take the bar shift. We don't really have much reason for.
We don't have much reason for that. I think
we need to start doing something.
Yeah, we've made so many connections that it's hard to finish any of the missions.
So we don't want to give these here. Alright, we need something. We can start doing a bunch of engineering, and if we're lucky we also get
Does the Yatama data require 2?
3.
Oh.
So, real quick.
Because that was the other data that we need.
We can keep doing this. They need ones. At least today they do. Okay, I guess we are... How do medicine? I guess we actually
maybe at night we do?
I think actually we have to We have to help her.
Then,
But we don't have ones. Anyway, unit assembly, we need some engineering. We need to progress this as well, I guess. Yes.
well, you could just finish this today.
Yeah, it's
Come on, scrap. You shift a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard. You should then fling out a 4-digit number. Isn't there assignment numbers? You're either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless, and the chatters rumble through the lines. Those who, like you, have graduated from work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of the meeting with the supervisor will replace you with the job right there. Yet you can't help but feel the empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come. You head down to the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as well. Hey, sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts to the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through. Mina's crying in his arms. Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting suite. You made the work team! Good for you! He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair. As he does, shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her. Her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, tiny streaks down her cheeks. As he does, you see that he's clutching an assignment number and a crumpled piece of paper.
waiting on the shift.
Uh-huh, you know how it is. He puts his hand on her shoulder and she clings to his side. Asher, who usually takes her, is sick. Stretches. I don't know what a noise sounds from the entrance. A klaxon followed by a list of numbers going quietly on the display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling people who try to wade through the entrance. Lem stops, turns back towards the crowd, glances down on the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. Mina starts patting the pockets of his gear.
Go, I'll watch her.
He blinks a little, staring. Thank you. He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay here with our friend, okay? They're gonna keep you safe and... He stands back up. Here, take a bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food. She's got... Oh shit, I have to go. He backs into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the crowd, and you are now trying to get into the shipyard before it looks down. Mina stands... Oh, tiny! Mina stands staring, suddenly small, without Lem at her side. She fixes you a dark-eyed look that you can't read.
Hey, Mina.
She holds the stare, unmoving, the two parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks.
Okay, Mina?
She sniffs and looks down.
Look at the bag.
You unlatch the top of her bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap metal. Battered slate sits on top, making a low battery warning, and tucked beside is a ragged rabbit, and so.
Take the rabbit.
Pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling. You do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit.
What's their name?
Mina turns away and looks at the entrance of the shipyard. This isn't going well.
Give her.
You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun, Bun, she says, staring down at you, ferocious despite rage.
Hi, Bun Bun.
You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, he says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and walks him up on your arm, onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes her arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot?
Sort of.
Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions. Lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe, rust. Before long, we were talking about rabbits, and what the lady who usually takes care of her smells like, whether or not fairies live in this eye's heat and lights. Pass time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by. Sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He's dirty, tired, but Mina leaps up his leg into his arms and he stumbles back. You two will get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing on his shoulders.
More than okay.
Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, a suspicion gone. Well, looks like Mina can be nice. He pokes her in the rib and she squeals with delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. Here's your warm white smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esha, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. Grants shooters. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat! He plays at biting Nina. She giggles in response. See you, sleeper, he waves, and then stumbles down the hallway, drawing gazes from passersby as his laughter echoes down the road. That was cute.
Yeah.
There was baby.
Oh, hey, we have an upgrade.
Oh, yay! We should get interface. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I think every one of the ghost zone is interface. And then
we need
might...
to progress interface so we can get a +1 on it. Use scrap components at home to repair condition.
I think we should interface there.
Yeah.
Oh. my Firefox just like died.
Side reel assembly. We've been promoted to the assembly team working in the hall itself.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Blocks of the ship. Fast job. Cool. Okay, we got a dangerous engineering job now, but
Maybe
probably
not
is
worth it too.
probably a pretty well-paying one too. Okay. That's still.
What does it require? I don't really understand.
It's right now. It's on a timer.
Oh, I see.
On a timer. We planted it, and it hasn't pressed yet.
So we've already done that.
Godspeed, little one.
I really hope that we get to take the medicine at night or something. I don't really understand why.
Maybe save Mina.
Them can't work shifts in the shipyard unless someone watches Mina. They seem to get along last time. I definitely think that we shouldn't use a 2 on such an important... But we can use a 2 on an engineering one if there is, like the, like, Ankita's ship thing has a, it's risky, but it's not danger.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it is engineering, so it does
it becomes a 3.
better. And fuck, man.
If you don't want to do that, then we need to put it on something else, right?
We need a piece of scrap.
That's why I want you to do an engineering.
Yeah, so we have a dangerous engineering, which is bad. We have a risky one, which is bad.
Well, we definitely don't want to do the dangerous one.
Don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to
How do you take the medicine?
How do we take the medicine? I think we need to...
What does it say in the description? No, like, when you go into the office, the doctor's office. Selling off a case of stabilizer vial by vial. You haven't been able to work with them since you got your last one. I don't really say very much of use.
I think we have to help her, or she can help them, or... Well, this is something we can do later. We have enough on.
I think you should throw it into the engineering one that's not dangerous.
And this is an engineering one that's not risky. That's not. It is risky, and it might be good to progress lower and.
Okay, then do this one.
It
just needs. I think it should be an engineering one. On scrap. Oh, nothing. I mean, you didn't fail it, at least. I really hope that you get to recover when you sleep.
Yeah, and we're about to progress to Honda.
Do we, after the next day,
we
should
inject stabilizer, we do it at home.
Oh, good. Eat up.
Much.
Do we, take a break after the next day? Like, next day is our last day on stream. We'll continue this on Monday after this next cycle. So one more cycle.
That'll happen.
I cannot believe we didn't get cursed. That's fucked. We're gonna
Well,
We're gonna
next
spend
time.
the entire the next string cursed. Oh, we only rolled good. Ethan, hold it there, sleeper. The voice comes from behind you. No, don't you run.
Still.
Good, good. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan squints you out. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket. You immediately know his terrible news. You got all the way here and then stayed and put. You lost a cool laugh. That's a sleeping thing. You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed that the handgun he has leveled at your chest. It's hard to take your eyes off. He reaches down to the other hand and slips some kind of ring from the belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contacts out of the Astro Caves for forsaken moves. He splits the rings into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through.
Who are you?
Just a freelancer on a contract who reaches over to slide the rings around your wrist. Go easy. Is he like literally putting handcuffs on us?
Yeah, I think so.
Make a break for it. You see a chance in the moment, his eyes leave to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away, and sprint down the corridor. Then the shots ring out, echoing in the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. You freeze and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all before. He slips the ring over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship, and move. Going easy. Stumbling across the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing.
Who hired you?
Your daddy is at SNR. They want you home for dinner. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all this way out here just to head back to SNR right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. I was hoping you'd put up a little bit more of a chase, you know? A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I was around. Hi Mew Pal, welcome to the stream. Enjoy your new sub.
Yeah.
You walk in on silence a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNR track will rule the death of you. What is our idea? I don't know what our idea is.
This is him saying. Okay.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, this is us saying it.
Okay. Hey, I have an idea.
Yeah. I thought we already... Oh, I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thought. How about on the way back, the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. Hey, that's actually good. If you stay silent. Because we made a friend in that bar. Right? The bar is our safe space.
Yeah, but don't you think that's just him being sarcastic and joking?
He might still want to pass through. He might just be joking about buying us a drink. I don't know.
I have a better idea.
This better not be one of those things where you do a dramatic pause and try to jump, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, I got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate system, and we're heading for the exit. Pauses. We trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns to you to face him. You run or leave, or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, I'll meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles. Pay me a tab, I don't shoot you. You don't pay me my tab, he rattles his handgun, you get the idea.
I get it.
Okay then, this sounds to me like a deal. Stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is much better. Click something on his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool to come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down sight. Let me remind you, my body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about bleeding your eye. I'll know. Ethan turns the Strider off down the corridor, slipping his hand out. Mix of relief and terror, he feels so long. What are you going to do? So we can actually still get rid of that tracker if we help Faye.
Not good. I think it would have been better if we managed to do
Yeah, I
this.
know, but we
before
couldn't.
that, 'cause now
So,
we're... Yeah.
but I think it's obviously not a game ender because we can still get rid of the tracker. What is Ethan's tab? How much is it?
What? What?
How much is Ethan's tab?
I don't know. Is it on here?
Yeah,
Where is it?
at the bottom. That's not the one.
Ethan's tab. Wait for Ethan to run out of tab. Well, shit.
Hmm.
I don't know. Oh, something's going on here.
That's his one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
His thing.
Okay. Okay, we have a lot of good die.
We can
should-
engage with the girl if we want to babysit.
I think we should put some 5s into this.
Okay, do that.
Yeah. We need to make money,
Yeah, we need that one scrap.
and this is probably a pretty important thing.
Do another 5. Fucking where is our scrap? I want scrap.
We have 6.
We should do the 6 with the engage if you care about that storyline.
Engage.
The one where the child needs a babysitter. Why did my mouse stop working?
I think that's overkill for a safe play. Oh, fine. But,
Why did my mouse stop working? That's weird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bet it's like, on a neutral it might go 2 up, on a positive it might go 3 up, or something like that. We can't get more of these yet.
Hmm.
I mean, I can give this one. I'm not going to sell it. I need ones, yeah. Let's see, now that we upgrade interface, we need it to be +1, that's right. Ugh. We're getting blackmailed. I mean, not blackmailed, we need to pay a guy, and these are expensive and they're about to.
Yeah, but we have 4 cycles to pay the guy. But we do need to make money, so that's
And
for sure.
the thing is, we only have 88.
I think we should buy it. Right?
Probably.
That's the only chance we'll get to buy that.
Yeah, probably. Okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm just gonna work all day. Hopefully we get the scrap. You have some good ones here.
Where are all the scraps? I want scraps. I want them.
I want the scraps.
I want the scraps. Is there another engineering one you can do?
It's this one, and there's the lower end one to get to know this place better. That won't give us any money.
I guess we need the one with money.
Honestly, we're almost on 60. If I just do this, we will have enough money and I can buy the last thing. I think I might do that because they're about to.
You need 3 components, did you know that?
No, but I'm gonna guess that we need that they're quite valuable.
Yeah.
And a pretty big deal
Yeah,
as well.
fair enough.
So I think very expensive, but hopefully. It's so annoying we don't have a scrap because it feels like such a waste to put a whole thing in here.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't. Can we check the character sheet again? Because I think maybe there's some kind of action that allows you to make things. No. I want to know what the chance is when it says chance to get a random scrap.
Yeah, it's clearly not a high one.
Clearly it's not a high
We've been
chance.
doing so much engineering.
Okay, I guess it's time to sleep.
Ah.
And I think we will stop streaming that because we are tired. And it's almost midnight, so I think we need to... Ooh, hungry! Yeah, I think it's a good place to stop. We'll continue playing this on, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
So thanks everybody for coming, and thank you again to Transartist today. Their name is Fan.
Fan. Alright.
Is night where you live. That's right.
Yeah, we live in night.
We live in night. But thank you for coming anyway.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely ridiculously nice.
Yeah, it was a very generous donation.
Generous donation. Like 100 subs from
100
Transartist
subs.
today.
And they
Wacky.
keep doing that. So,
That's just what they do.
yeah, we're really excited to keep playing this on Monday. This is like a really cool game so far. Yeah, we've already been streaming for 4 hours, so I'm pretty tired now. And it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of reading,
Yeah.
so my voice is a little bit hoarse. So I think it's a good time to finish up. I don't think we can play a game where we have to read so much for more than like 4 hours.
I'm so annoyed that at the cipher for the thing that we are hacking, and I just
You
missed
just
it.
didn't notice.
Because
That's fine.
if-
You probably
because I
only
swear we
wasted
didn't-
1 day or 2.
Yeah, but
Like, I don't think we
the
would.
thing is, if I wasted 2 days, we could have probably avoided that die.
Yeah.
That's the part that's like, oh my god, did I just miss it?
Well, this is a role-playing game, so it makes it's
yeah.
more interesting when things happen, even if they're negative.
Sure, yeah, but like, damn, we are already so under-resourced already, and we have to help so many people. I want to help the family,
Yeah.
but we can't afford to do that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So-
that's what's interesting about the game.
Yeah.
The game makes you very resource-like focused or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that it, like...
And you might ask
Oh,
yourself,
thank you for the water.
have I
Amanda.
have water?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll have some water now. Thank you.
Let me get that in a sec. I am just doing
Alright.
computer.
We are going to probably head to bed because very tired. But thank you so much for coming.
Mhm.
Thank you again to Transartist of the Day
Yeah, wow.
for all those gift subs. And yeah, if you haven't joined our Discord already, come join our Discord, and then we can more easily notify you when we're online. And other than that, I hope everyone has a good rest of their day, and I hope you join us on Monday. If you would like to continue watching our playthrough of Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah. Thanks,
Alright.
everyone.
See you, everybody.
Bye.